What's up, guys? Welcome to Stone's Live Poker.
What up? Master Cheese.
It's Master Cheese.
Oh, they changed it to Harrington.
Harrington,
like the
yes.
fish.
Yes.
Wow. I don't even eat herring.
So,
out of principle.
Everybody's coming in tonight on a special night, and we are having the food game.
Food name game.
Food name game, yes, yes.
Food name game.
But if it was a food game, it would just be them eating at the table, and that's probably not nearly as interesting.
There are people, a select group of people who would be into watching that. Not me.
Yeah, I might get hungry.
Maybe you. Maybe you.
Oh, what are you saying?
Does this mean that dumplings to the booth is going to work tonight? Probably not.
Well, why not?
Maybe.
I think if tonight's the exception.
Tonight might be the night.
If we want to make it happen, it's going to happen.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Well, welcome, guys. It's a 1-3 no limit Holdem game.
Yep.
Which is, whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just not like. I like Holdem, but it's definitely my least favorite variant of poker.
And I like Holdem, and it's my favorite variant. So I think between us,
we're right there.
You're right in the middle.
In there.
So.
Oh God, not these two casters. That's right, Freckle Peckle. We're coming at you. Baked herring and Master Cheese.
That's right. It's gone all together. Oh, can you imagine?
Stay tuned later for our rap album.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
cheese
not very
on
good.
Baked Harrington.
Spoiler alert, it sucks.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? We got Rick and Barstow.
Rick and Barstow. Renee Salinas.
I don't know if we should say hi to Jenna because she's working today.
Hi, Jenna.
It's kind of cheating.
So I was almost late because I locked myself out of my house. It was pretty exciting. Oh, yeah. But I ended up getting here on time. Yeah. Thanks to, shout out to Ty's Locksmith.
Good for them.
And Garage Door Opener. I don't know the full name, but yeah, shout out to them.
Good.
Thanks for
service,
being quick.
fast.
20 minutes.
Nice.
Guy took about 5 minutes to crack the door open, and boom, solid.
No locks on Brent's door tonight.
Yeah. Everybody's welcome. Come on in. An open house. New definition for that term. Yeah, exactly. Some of the guys that aren't in the chat tonight, Wap Bry, Poker Pro Eric, which, thank God, because
Hollywood.
Eric will probably find some way to criticize.
He would still be talking about the chop from last night.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag chops for everyone. You can't chop here, Eric, which I'm sure he is happy with because I'm pretty sure he makes at least part of his living as a poker player.
Yes.
So he's happy there's no chops. He's here to make some money, get some of that sweet Chris Moneymaker, Hollywood, Casey, money.
Yes.
Assuming that he'll get money from them, I don't know.
Speaking of everybody that we've just named, let's get down to the table and let's start introducing everybody.
We basically named them all. Bacon, Crispy Bacon.
Crispy Bacon.
There's an actual picture of him right there. Looks great.
And he's a juicy player to have in the game.
So juicy. Lots of greasy moves.
Yes.
Huge,
He gets salty, a little bit at the table, too. Seat 2, we got Pineapple Pro.
He's very prickly.
Yes,
That's actually very it's sharp edges, but
you can't hold him for long.
Man, tastes good. Sometimes. Pineapples taste really good.
Seat 3, we have Bean.
Just Bean.
He looks more like Farva Bean to me.
Farva?
Yeah.
Fava, right?
Fava, I don't know.
I think it's Fava beans, yeah. All right, let's see. Potato. Why is that so funny? It's just like.
What's great is he actually brought a potato as a card holder or card protector too.
Nice. I like the photos too. This really makes the entire ensemble. David-O, aka Potato.
Okay, David-O. Standout player in seat 5.
Standout player in seat 5. Cherry pie. Cherry pie. Nice. I like it. He's also wearing bright colors, so that way if he happens to bike home tonight, he'll be
safety. It's safety.
Yeah.
So he should be able to drink some wine.
Oh, for sure. Well, no, do you want to bike at night and drink wine? I don't.
In the rain? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
what
the only
can happen?
way. Yeah, that's the only way. All right, a big deal. Is that? Oh.
And that's Casey. And she's a big deal.
In
her own mind, right? We're all a big deal in our own mind.
In our own mind. Wow. It's a big deal in lots of the chat's mind as well, I think. Let's see, pork chop. Oh, that looks good. I'm going to have a pork chop later.
Yes, Mr. Pork Chop himself.
I think everybody's going to try to have a little bit of pork chop tonight because I've heard that Hollywood's offering a bounty. If you bluff Chris with King 7, then you get 10 of those Hollywood dollars into your pocket.
And people, might not know why King 7.
Right.
King 7 is the hand that he infinitely bluffed Sam Farha with. During the World
back
Series
when he won a little tournament known as the WSOP main event.
Yes.
Small tournament, not a great turnout.
C8, Holly Food.
Holly Food. It's not actual food, but that picture looks great. It looks like some udon noodles.
Yeah, with
some
the chaparral, that'd be good, yeah.
I like it.
And then Wapri, he's the only one that did not have to change his name for this game.
Yeah, big surprise. We added an E.
Wapri.
if that. Well, I say we like I did. I didn't do anything. I'll have a bounty on Christopher. All right. Are you kidding me? 2, 3, Ford Garrett. Pickle
Mr.
Rick.
Smiley, what's going on?
All right, so we got three-way action.
Ford Garrett,
first hand of the night,
Lady No Muck.
Or maybe not first hand, but first flop that we're gonna look at here. Everybody whiffs. Not a bad flop for Crispy Bacon. On the button with 10s. There you see Potato's card protector is a small potato, but he's playing for big potatoes right now.
Yes.
He leads with ace high. This could be interesting. Finally, what's up, Freckle Peckle? Jimmy Bluffett. Mr. Smiley, Lady Nomuck, Ford Garrett, all the homies, the chat homies.
Did Crispy Bacon just check back that river?
Did they go check river?
Yeah.
Wow.
He is not trying to play for all the bacon.
He might have been able to get some value from ace high there on that board with that run out.
Right, and people think like, well, how much can he bet, whatever. You could bet very small. It still adds on.
Well, no, I guess you
like
have to bet
$15. I bet you calls $15. He probably calls $20, $25 maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you start thinking like you make those bets over and over and over in those situations, it adds up.
Yeah, so I forget exactly what the buy-in is, the max, but I do know that once we get some more chips on the table, you can match stacks.
Yeah, so it's a $50 to $500 buy-in when the game starts. $50
to $500? Okay.
Or maybe $100. I don't know.
No, that's fair enough.
Either way, one of those two numbers, pick it, and everybody's going to buy more than that. And then once the game gets going, it is table stakes. So somebody runs up a $1,500 stack, everybody can add on.
Table stakes is fun because I'm sure we're going to get some big pots, which, I mean, you can already see there's players here with like 1,000 in front of them in a 1-3 game. So I think it's going to get a bit wild.
And table stakes is an appropriate name for, with tonight's theme.
Stakes to the table. Who knows? Maybe Casey did that on purpose to mess with y'all. This is fun. I like this. A raise from high with 8-6 suited. I'm a fan.
And if you're going to raise it, you might as well flop top pair.
Yeah, why not? He's actually not in first place here, but he probably doesn't hate that flop. Nope. Backdoor spades, backdoor diamonds for Pineapple Pro.
It's going to be a race of backdoors.
Hollywood's like, what can I do here? Of course I'm calling. So, Potato. Are we going to call them their food names? I guess we're calling them their food names. Yeah, that's it. Potato leads with bottom pair, and Holly Food is going to call behind Pineapple Pro.
Raising to 65.
A little bit of a sour raise on the button.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's not sour to him. It's
but
very
it's so sweet if he takes it down.
Yeah. Team Big Deal all the way. Exactly. I agree, Mr. Smiley. A lot of times we think people fall into things by accident, and they're just right. It was their idea in the first place.
Oh no!
Hollywood offers
Holly Food.
I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Hollywood says he'll throw him $1. Hollywood thinks he's folding the best hand. He's actually just pipped. Why is the quality so poor when casting to your TV? Unsure. Maybe it's got something to do with the internet connection, or Yeah.
Hashtag your settings.
I don't know. Yeah, that sounds like your issue, Jimmy Brother. No, I'm just kidding.
You should always be watching on your phone.
What are you using?
While driving around like I do.
No. Yeah, sounds like
in the rain. After
Casey was like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming in," and I had it on. I was listening. It's like, whoa.
I mean,
just be careful.
Well, I figure if I have cruise control set, I don't need my, to see my speedometer, right? And then my eyes are basically right there at the road.
Nice. Fair enough.
I mean, I dimmed the screen, so it's not overly bright.
You don't want to ever get blinded when you're watching TV while driving.
Yeah, it's all about maintaining my eyesight.
Yeah.
And Crispy Bacon wakes up with the 8-6 suited on the hijack.
I'm not sure anybody has ever said they wakes up with 8-6 suited in the hijack. Heyo. No, but I like this. I mean, this is a important part of your range. I think when you're playing cash, you got to be able to play these hands.
100%, especially late position. If you're not playing 8-6 suited when it's folded to you, I'm not sure what it is you are playing.
Yeah.
Other than very easy to read hands.
Ooh. And wow.
And that's why you raise 8-6.
Obviously.
So you can just hit trips.
Now that is saying, okay, so if we're playing a straddle, I'm pretty sure, and that's why Casey or Big Deal is in there with Queen Deuce. Not that she wouldn't be capable, but I highly doubt she'd be raising that under the gun.
Right. No, I mean, Crispy Bacon was the initial raiser. So.
Yeah, and he made it like 25. So 1-3
right.
there.
Yeah.
The straddle's probably like 9 or 10 bucks or
6. Yeah, probably 6. Something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's 6, right?
Well, that'd be the min, but it's just in these games, you can straddle up to half your stack.
A variety of things, yeah.
And just because it's not a Veronica and Friends game doesn't mean you can't do a V straddle or an M straddle when I would be in it.
Frame rate drops. Yeah, that might have something to do with your internet. I don't know, honestly. Maybe a television connection thing. Not 100% sure, to be honest. Oh.
Come on, Derek.
I know. That's all right. I called him on the way over here. He's just returning the call like a good friend. I don't expect her to tell us. Yeah, so...
I would have preferred for Pineapple Pro to have that, cut off the top of the pineapple made into like a little hat.
Oh, right.
That would have been amazing.
You're about the homemade hat game.
Yes.
Right? We remember that from the Veronica and Friends Christmas special. I just want to check. You guys can hear the audio on the table, right? Because they're already pretty talkative. I want to make sure that when we're pointing something out there, that you guys get a chance to hear it. Jimmy Buffett's TV too big? Yeah, if you're watching us on a 70-inch, no. Nightbot equals God, don't like your eating, hit that barf button and get pulverized each time you eat. Alright, looks like calls from Queen 5 suited on the button. So the original raise from Wapri, 35. Bean calls, potato calls, and now Cherry Pie has 10s in the small blind and he's going to bump it. Bump it up. Bumping up the jams.
Pump it up a little bit louder.
Oh, yeah. Pork chop folds Queen Jack suited, or offsuit, which, seems like a reasonable fold, especially when it's 175 to you. I don't think, I think Cherry Pie's going to take this one.
What was the bet to him? 35?
Yeah, it was 35 call. So there's, 100 in the pot already. Right. Not bad. Picks up some easy money. Easy money. So Cherry Pie's got 1.3K, which is the biggest stack here, with pork chop and bean and 1K, Wapri just under 1K, and I think is that Crispy Bacon at the bottom with 344. But at any point, he could buy up to 1,300 if he wants.
Yep.
But some people prefer to play short stacked where they can get all their money in and try to. Which pocket pair statistically hits the most sets?
All of them.
Everyone equally.
What's going on, Stoli? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Holly Food.
Bob Kraft, High Food.
Limping. The old ace
Under
king.
the gun. Limp. All right, so I'm not a fan of the limp under the gun with ace king, but Hollywood does kind of play in his own kind of world, and
Yes. And we just live in it.
seems to work out for him.
Right.
At least on the stream. Now here's a spot too where he's going to end up probably getting raised. It looks like, is that a min bet? Min raise? Basically a min raise. So bean, I like it. If you're going to play 9-8 suited, you want to raise it in position. Unfortunately, ace queen is behind him. Min clicks it. Pork chop's calling with the 4-5 suited in the big blind. I mean, this is where Hollywood gets himself into a spot where he's gonna fold.
What? No.
Yeah, look at Whopper. Whopper.
What?
What?
I was like, what?
Ship it? I mean, like at this point, there's like 100.
Seat open. Seat open. We need somebody that wants to play.
No,
hands.
there's $120 in there, so he could. It's
Four
probably
bet.
out of possession. I think at least, yeah. Folding is probably a better option than calling at that point, maybe. But yeah, 4-betting, get some of that money, get some of that sweet potato money.
What was your plan? Was your plan to raise if somebody raised? Well, you got to raise, and then like not a real amazing re-raise.
Right, it was a min click, right? Which,
follow through.
Not even. I mean, I guess it wasn't min, but it was very close to min. It was like min plus 2.
Not to mention, it's like you pulled out jacks, probably even pulled out queens. You know, like you're pretty happy with that result.
Well, given the fact that we see the hands, he probably would have taken all the money.
He would have taken it down,
and he would have made like an easy $100 there.
Right.
Which is you know, we know that specifically. Sure, maybe in some situations, potato is min clicking like a really big pair, maybe.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're potato and you see Hollywood limp, or sorry, Holly Food limp, and then so it's a raise, you raised, and then Holly Food limp 4 bets. I'm probably folding a lot of hands if I'm potato there.
Yeah.
So you could.
Oh, great! He's only going to call you in the top of his range,
right?
And realistically.
And he
being folds.
He made a 4-bet sizing, like a small 4-bet sizing, very possible.
Yeah.
So you can 4-bet without getting rid of your whole stack, in case you do run up against aces of kings.
We have some fun action here. Bean bets. Potato raises all in with ace queen with 3 diamonds, holding the ace of diamonds, and pork chops up in there with an open-ended straight draw calls the extra 200. So potato's looking solid-ish to double up. Queen on the turn.
Pork chop is going for the tournament knockout. I don't know if
and a diamond on the ribbon. It just keeps getting better for potatoes. Top pair.
I'm just not sure if pork chops adjusted from tournament play from last night.
What's that?
I don't know if pork chop's been adjusted from tournament play from last night. He's looking to ladder up, I think.
Yeah, well, he said he was going to mix it up, going to gamble a little bit. That was a pretty big pot, open-ended straight draw. And at the time, he wasn't drawing dead because Potato didn't have a flush yet. But it worked out really great for Potato, and I imagine that may not be the softest call we see from Pork Chop all night, but
no, he's here to have fun, and this is the game to have fun in.
Yeah, definitely had some outs. So just to verify, you guys can hear the table, correct? You guys in the chat? I didn't actually hear back from that. You're supposed to be able to hear the table. I just want to make sure that you do. It's like, breathe so soft. Cool. Good.
Good
to know. Yeah, when you were saying something that Eric was saying, on that hand, he folded 2 diamonds, so he would have flopped the king high flush. And he was pretty excited because he didn't want to, obviously, he wouldn't have wanted to lose.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone away.
Yeah.
He's not folding, he sees that flop. So Cherry Pie is quite aggressive. So we'll see if he continues with this and
raising with the deuces. I mean, I like it better than limping in the cutoff with deuces.
Look forward to a lot of opportunity to win pots.
Oh, okay. This may be the point where I walked in. I'm not sure. We'll see what this flop is. Oh, wow. What a sick, like, it's pretty nuts that everybody has a piece of this.
Yeah.
Like a pretty decent piece. Nut flush draw with a wheel draw, set of twos, top pair, or excuse me, second pair. Wapri has the least of it.
You're smarter than me. I would not say I'm smarter than anybody else.
Checks to Cherry Pie, makes it 55. Big Dill and Pineapple Pro are going to continue. Oh, top pair with the flush draw, which is actually, what a great scenario. So, king on the turn. Check.
Nice to have this on around. Say if it was really your son, I would charge you the 400, right?
And this is great if you're, a player that's already shown to be very aggressive, like, Cherry Pie, is people are going to start calling you lighter, so you can really bomb when you have, good, strong hands.
Makes it 145, which is about half pot. Actually, a little bit more than half pot.
We are not jumping here.
Casey still has a world of outs here. I mean, she doesn't know she's trying to do a flush.
Right.
But from her view, a flush, or a diamond, or a 3 is going to give her the best hand. Get rid of it, Dill, Meatloaf says. Yeah, I mean, it was 30 minutes ago, so I don't know that she can hear us. But,
why would you play king by
I think in a cash game scenario, you're looking for spots where you're getting a lot of value for what you're holding, and with a lot of outs here, to what she thinks is going to beat, like the pre-flop raise, C-bet on the flop, big bet on the turn, could be something like two pair.
This is a big deal right here.
Maybe a big flush draw, which of course if she's putting him on a big flush draw, then calling might not be the best idea. So she obviously thinks he's got something beatable. He technically does have something beatable. But Eric is in an interesting spot, or excuse me, Pineapple Pro is in an interesting spot. And can you clean this camera lens? Which one?
Yeah, sometimes they just, have a funky time focusing for a minute.
Oh yeah, those cameras are up there and they're on autofocus.
It's automatic,
so.
yeah.
Pineapple Pro's in a spot because he's got about 300,000 and the bet is half of his remaining stack. No, excuse me, I said 300,000. $300. I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking tournament from like the last two Strange Running tournaments, but yeah, so I probably call myself though. Yeah, exactly. It happens sometimes. So Pineapple puts half of his remaining stack in. He's getting great value, like 7 to 1 almost, maybe 6.5 to 1 for a flush draw, or maybe a river card that gives him a better 2 pair. This is a hugely interesting spot. Pineapple doesn't have enough to bluff here, but maybe Big Dill does have enough to bluff. 400. If Cherry Pie checks and she shoves 400, do you think he's capable of finding fold. She checks behind.
Well, I just wonder, you know, we don't know enough about Cherry Pie to know if he's the type of player that will make
Hero
tight
call,
folds, or just be like, hey, I got a set, and you know, if you can beat it, then you get however much you want to bet.
You would have known. You're the dumbass that got the ace of
Well,
diamonds.
let's say like,
You're the dumbass that got the ace of diamonds.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Diamond.
Oh, so Pineapple Pro's down to 100. It sounded like Big Bill was saying something similar to what we were talking about, which is maybe she didn't feel there was enough there to bluff.
Right.
Like, not 391 into about 740, I think. Maybe. I mean, they only needed a 10, and a 10,
Right.
she could, calling 145 in the turn, she could easily have a 10 in her hand. She could have made straight already. Maybe a 2 pair
Flush draw
kind of
with,
hand
you know, with
going
the
on.
10, for sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, sometimes also, you know, there are better spots. She holds on to 400.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same. Yeah, this is kind of a spot where it just really helps know your player a little bit. You know, if he's the type that will fold a set, you know, to a 4 straight, then
Maybe not a set, yeah, true.
But it's like a lot of people just don't. They just, I don't care if you have a 10, cool, here you go.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't know what that person is, then you just kind of err on the side of whatever caution you want to do.
True. Well, I mean, so what does he bet? 100. What kind of range is he betting? 145 on the turn into 2 people, and then checking the river. So he's either 100% calling, or he's actually scared of a potential.
Well, and he
hand.
did raise, you know, pre-flop as well. You know, so
Yeah.
that whole kind of run out does match.
Does hit his range, yeah, for sure. He could easily have 2 pair, but I think 2 pair would actually be easier to fold than
Sure,
a set.
absolutely. Now, obviously, once he checks on the river, it seems unlikely that he has a 10.
Yeah. Potato flops a flush. Wapri has a Queen of Hearts. Might continue. Hollyfood top pair.
And Whoppery, actually, you can see under his left wrist there, actually has a couple little slices of brie cheese.
Oh, I should have grabbed some.
Yeah. Well, I think he should be using it as his chip protector. He always has his sub.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Nice. Cumulative winnings. Cherry Pie up 600.
Yeah. And Ford Garrett says, flopping a set with pocket twos. Damn, it feels good to be gangsta.
Yeah, raising pre, flopping a set with pocket twos, and getting action for 145 from 2 players on the turn.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And then seeing an awesome run out like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how. Maybe it scared you a little bit.
A little bit of sarcasm.
We got the Quantum Tournament coming up. If you guys are not already familiar with this, it's a 100K tournament. We got 9 starting flights. 7 of them are $120 buy-in. 10% of the field is going to go through. We got 2 flights for $240 with 20% of the flights going through. And then you can buy directly into day 2 for, I believe it was
900, I think.
900 or 940.
And the great thing is
for
if you
50 bigs.
Right, and if you take multiple stacks, you know, multiple day 1s into day 2, you cash out, you know, all your lowest stacks for $900.
Yeah, best stack forward.
Which is great.
$235. Wait, no, is it $900?
$900. Every
What?
stack you get in there.
I thought it was $250.
No.
I'm gonna double check this. I'm verifying. Not that
do.
I don't
Please
believe you,
do.
but that's a huge difference. If you qualify for day 2, you receive $250 cash. $900 is the buy-in for day 2. If you buy directly into day 2, $900. $250 is what you get for every bagged stack beyond your first. Oh, excuse me. Every bagged stack. Player qualifies more than once. Players who double qualify will receive. Oh! Okay, wow. So your first cash gets you $250. Basically, you're buying back. And then some, if you're playing the 120s. That's awesome. Wow, and your second cash gets you $900, and every cash beyond that gets you another $900.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's insane. I mean, and I'm saying that in a good way. That's
Right,
insane. Like, Wow. The buy-in for most of these fights is only 120. So if you're, wow. Whew.
I'm gonna set my chips on the table and not play anything.
That is April 30th, by the way. That's the first day. The flight started 10 a.m. April 30th with one flight, and then May 1st you're gonna have a 10 a.m. and a 6 p.m. and then do that for a couple days. And wow,
A lot of aces, no pairs.
that's pretty fantastic. What is up? MFAM 1215. Who we watching? Watching Joey Ingram. You guys looking like twins. Trying. Public nudity charge.
Phil G, that's my brother. What up, man?
Where's Veronica? She's in jail for public nudity. I don't know. She's probably at home reading a book, drinking some wine. If I had to guess, maybe bowling. Apparently, she's a big time bowler.
Yeah, she is quite busy these days. I hear when you're going back to school that takes up some time, like
a little bit of time,
projects, all that stuff.
A little bit of time.
Welcome back, Rick.
Welcome back. So the quantum tournament sounds insane.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye out for another insane tournament from the mind of Justin Curatus. What is his food name? Cured ham.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Justin Cured ham. Is
cured beef. Need flour.
Phil G says, not much. Have a good night. I'm not sure what a night is.
It's an Australian night.
Yes.
Have a good night. That's right.
I pick up my pen.
Pick up.
And brought it to me pad of paper.
I think that's more Irish, yeah?
No, me. That's what they always say. Instead of my, they say me in Australia.
Oh, pick up. Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. Announcers, talk about the table activity. Yes, it's the food name game. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm of the opinion also that if somebody raises a 15 and it says they raised a 15, sometimes it might be redundant if I say they raised a 15.
Yes.
So we got five-way action here. 2 hearts on the flop. 2 hearts that beat as 1. That's not true, Logan. That is not true. But I will try to stay focused for your sake on exactly what's going on. Casey's going to lead with her queen high flush draw.
We're going to dedicate this to Logan hand.
This is Logan W. All right, Casey raises with the queen of hearts and the 9 of hearts, making it $75 on a jack 5-6 board, 2 hearts, 176 in the pot. Probably going to get no action from anybody. Take it down.
Yeah, again, I mean, when you got flush draws, you definitely want to make you'd prefer to take the pot down without having to make your hand. So I'm all for raising,
Yeah,
especially
for sure. Raising 3 too, and and that's a great flop to see bet on.
Yep. All you gotta do is have flush draw with an overcard, 12 outs, you about 50%, flip it, get it in.
Cherry Pie's almost got 2,000.
And he's been really aggressive. So, like I said, I really want to see if he continues with this, because someone who's really aggressive can just run up massive stacks.
True. I mean, and that's part of a cash game approach, I think. So we got a dealer switch. I'm not 100% sure if we're doing bomb pots. I'm pretty sure we're doing bomb pots. If it's a Chris and Moneymakers in the game, there's probably going to be some bomb pots. But they also are playing 7-deuce, which I feel like I may have said earlier or not. But
the other thing that I would, am curious to see. So you do have players that will adjust to, Cherry Pie's aggressiveness, with Casey and Moneymaker, right to his left, to where they will, start 3-betting him lightly. So it'll be interesting to see if they do that, and then how he adjusts to that. Does it just kind of shut him down altogether, or does he start, 4-betting? Does he just meet aggression with aggression, or does he, just kind of slow back down and,
Yeah,
kind
it
of
looks
hides
like
a
Chris
little bit.
refilled a little bit. Excuse me, pork chop refilled a little bit. Logan W, the most you could have bought in for, I believe, is 500. So he's up at least 1,500 in terms of where he bought in. Although that's not true, because if somebody had doubled, he can buy up to the biggest stack. So if he bought in for 500 and then added to his stack when somebody else got a little bit bigger, I'm not sure, because we start this game about 30 minutes before the stream, and then we record 30 minutes, so we're on that delay. Let's see if we can see
Phil G says, you know, it'd be nice to see people's profits plus and minus, and Phil says that in the YouTube chat. Phil, in the Twitch chat, there is a command that when entered, and one of the people, maybe Jimmy Bluffett or Rick and Barstow, can enter it, but it'll say, you know, people's net win loss, and that's basically from when the stream starts. So the game's gone on for about an hour and a half prior to the stream starting, but it's from when the stream starts.
Let's see, that's what it is. Cash win. Cash.
I think so. I can never remember.
Oh, I'm not logged into the Twitch chat. We're efforting that right now, but I agree, it is important. So
yeah.
Cherry pie is up $600, potato up $487, crispy bacon $23, and then those are the only people who are actually up. The big loser for the evening in terms of chip stack, $348 from pork chops. So and Pineapple Pro's down $300, Big Deal down $258. So far 600 up 600, not bad in a 1-3 game, 200 blinds.
Yeah, especially we're a half hour in, maybe.
Yeah. No, and then we pasted in the YouTube chat as well. So there you go. We are not discriminating against either chat.
Correct.
Twitch has a little bit more of that sort of built-in pinging the bots to find out some information, but. Yeah. Here we go. We got Queen High Flop. Polyfood's got top pair. And Potato Bets $50 with second pair. If there's anybody... Oh, Hollywood says no. I don't believe it. I think I might have the best hand here, and he does, so... What is the real name of Big Deal? That is Casey Mills, a.k.a. Poker Mama. She's in the chat... in the chat, in the booth, playing at the table. Pretty much, I would say a majority of the streams, she's either playing or in the booth. So
yeah, especially well, it's been a couple months from when she kind of first started coming on, and then she's just on it all the time. So
superstar.
She's someone that really takes the game seriously, and you know, I always say it's a great way to learn the game better, to improve your game. So, and clearly she's using her time on the stream to improve her game.
Yeah. Typically, I don't think I've ever seen her leave the table without making money. So it'll be interesting to see how the next few hours go, because she's currently down about $200, $268.
In a game like this, that's a pre-flop decision.
True, right? Yeah, that means maybe she went for an all-in and then lost one. Same with Pork Chop, who now has kings. So it'll be interesting to see how this can get absolutely ruined for him, because kings don't win. Although they occasionally win, so we'll see. Maybe Pork Chop will be the one guy that manages to win with kings here. Crispy Bacon, ace-7 suited, Bean, ace-4 suited. Pineapple Pro is in there. I guess everyone's limping. Well, so Chris limps, or excuse me, Pork Chop limps, which is like a total Pork Chop move. Right? In fact, from now on, I think anytime someone limps, you can call that move the Pork Chop.
Yep.
Limping under the gun, or middle position with kings gets raised by ace-4 suited. It says Pineapple Pro still has action pending, but it looks like he's folded already.
Yeah, and Bean, I'm not sure that this is the hand that you want to continue with after seeing somebody limp re-raise, you know, and to continue out of position. I mean, you can make. Yeah, I think even like trying to like 4-bet is a little ambitious. It's just a hand you go, okay, I'm out, fold. And now what do you do?
You get to call. I think all this action is going to end on the flop, though. Oh, check.
Pork chop checked.
Pork chop moneymaker.
Money making pork chops.
Often, if you're not 3-betting, if you're raising in a cash scenario with a hand like ace-4 suited, I don't think you're folding very often to a 3-bet pre, especially from a player who may be one of the looser players at the table. And yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with that camera. It's an autofocus thing.
And it was
But I
just
don't
a
even really
focus
know
a minute ago,
what it's
so
focusing on.
it'll get back on.
It's actually, we're trying some new kind of soft lighting. Chris has requested that we always hit him with the soft focus, soft light to bring out his features.
If you're Bean, you just got to shut it down now. What are you representing?
Oh, well, you get money from Hollywood if you bluff Chris with King 7. This isn't King 7.
And Pork Chop knows he's blocking the King 7.
I don't think. Yeah, exactly. That's true. He's got the King 7 bluff blocker. I don't think Pork Chop is ever going to fold here. And to be honest, limping kings from middle position, I'm not sure this could have worked out that much better for him.
Right.
He fired. It looks like he's going to make it 600. So he 3x's it. I don't think Bean will be calling that raise.
I really like that raise. I think most people just call in this.
Well, you can make the argument that
It's not like a strip. That's good. I like that.
Last night I was at.
Chips, please. 100. Table 11.
I think he might, but I think if you're having a guy that's going to continue on this kind of board,
Hey Kermit, we need that wine.
queens have to be part of the game. And if he's continuing for value with queens,
Let me finish this.
he might just overvalue them.
I do need more wine. I'm too serious tonight.
Full thermo.
I know. I know. I need another glass.
Yeah, full thermo. You must have been.
From yesterday, all that dry snowboarding.
ace king, you're beating. Ace 10, you're beating. You know, so it's ace 9 or worse. And he's like limp 3-betting with.
Let's do 7. I'll give him more than 10. He had a full house, but he did not have a jack. I guarantee you.
I got the jack.
He did? He had that hand or the hand before?
There's only 4 jacks in the deck.
I did not have a
I
jack.
had the jack. I threw the jack.
Hollywood doesn't. He thinks there's 5.
Then he might be the type of player that can call with queens there. You know, it's thin.
All right, well, looks like Bean's down to 571. Pork Chop back over 1,000 with 1,200. Maybe he has some bluff, like people want to bluff him, kind of equity. But I mean, a lot of times too, people give up on 3. Bean firing, trying to make it work, continuing the story that says I got you beat. Obviously, Pork Chop didn't believe it.
Now the other thing is, and I've heard from a lot of people have had big success. So like moneymakers, won the World Series of Poker. So to where you're like
so mild
name,
success,
right. But when you're like a name, kind of person that people just lose their minds trying to bluff you. And it's just an everyday thing. So in their cash game results go way up because people want to run the bluff on the World Series of Poker champ.
Mike McD changed his entire life because he bluffed Johnny Chan. Right. Almost ruined it. There's nothing wrong with that. I like you have to appreciate people who are capable of bluffing. Just because it didn't work this time doesn't mean it's not going to work next time. Chris had a very strong hand
Right.
For that board especially, I mean, Chris was obviously 100% sure that he was never losing that hand. Once that river comes. Pineapple Pro Cinnamon 260, Big Deal 382, Crispy Bacon 440, and Bean 570. Those are some of the shorter stacks. At any point, they can buy in for up to the 1.9 or 1.8 that Cherry Pie has, but looks like they're going to hang out for a second and see if they can get this stack to work. It is 1-3, so you don't exactly need the 2K in front of you.
But it sure is nice.
But sometimes it's fun. Yeah, I know a lot of people who buy into 4-8 mix games for like 4,000 in ones.
Yeah.
And they got these giant piles. It's actually really, really hilarious. It's fun because it's just like, it makes them feel nice. They build these huge towers.
A guy sat down today, I was playing some 4-8 Omaha high-low, and he sat down with 500. He looks around the table, 500. It's like, all right, have fun.
500. Give me 500.
Yeah. Oh, God, this guy's going to bully me.
Yeah. Nobody bullies Master Cheese. That's actually the first song off our rap album.
The second
Nobody
one
bullies
is,
Master
I don't
Cheese.
look at my hand.
I don't look at my hand. That's pretty much the entire song to a beat. I don't look at my hand. Be sure to stay tuned eagerly for that album announcement. Cherry Pie and Pork Chop going to Tango in a Pot tonight for sure. I would not be surprised. I think, I mean, if you're looking at it from a purely money-making perspective, you try. If you think you're better than the guy with the big stack, you match his stack on purpose to try to play a big pot with that person.
Right.
I mean, or at least be capable of playing a big pot with that person if the
situation
variables fall into place, right? By the way, I just want to point out, Logan, that I was only ever playfully joking. Obviously, we want to bring you the information on the hands and have some fun as well. So
That's definitely a jumping back and forth kind of a thing.
And it's a balancing act. And I'm not a tightrope walker, so I fall off quite often.
But we have a net. And
But we have a net. The net is Stone's Live Poker, who will mute us if we get too out of line.
It happens.
They occasionally throw stuff, so if you ever see something come over the top and land on the head there, that'll be it. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm just gonna try to make fun of you every time you queue up, because we're here for you guys. We're here for the players. We're here for you guys, and I want you guys to know that.
There we go. Finally, Eric put it on
He
his
does
head.
it. Hey, he's listening. Simon says, eat the pineapple top. Starting with the green.
Oh.
Yeah, get him. I've heard there's lots of antioxidants in the top of I'm just, in the greenery of the pineapple, just like an orange peel, the skin of a pineapple.
The Big Deal has a medium pocket pair.
Yeah. Looks like Pork Chop has decided to drink his wine from a glass today. Commonly can be seen at Stone's with a straw.
And a bottle.
How long is this stream? It's a weekly thing? Yeah, we're here at Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 7 to 10 Pacific time. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes on Sundays, we'll be here with our last Sunday of the month tournament or any kind of special final tables we have coming up. Occasionally, we're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So pretty steady stream schedule if you're looking to find some poker. And if you're anywhere near the area and you ever want to play, there's a way to do that too, so you can hop in the game.
There's about 15 tables going right now, and they still got more that can open up, so there's always games going on here.
Bottle number 3, him and Casey.
And kind of another thing, we poke fun at everybody. We like to really engage with the chat, so we rib them, they rib us. We also answer whatever questions they can toss our way. So it's a two-way street here, which is one of the things that first drew me into watching Stones Live Poker was, you know, the fact that it would actually interact with the chat, you know, and you know, you can have some conversations with them. So it's definitely a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of education, and just hopefully 3 hours of fun.
It looks like Big Dill is in a bit of a pickle here. Bet $115 on the turn with pocket sixes, which is actually a gut shot straight draw and a pair. Maybe she thought she was best here. Pineapple Pro calls because he turns top pair, and it goes check check on the river, and he shows her the bad news, the 10. Eric takes down a pretty decent pot there, $400 pot right there.
Now I'm curious. I think she should have some experience playing with Pineapple Pro, and he is a bit on the tighter side. So I'm curious. Does she think that he's tight enough that he would fold, you know, that type of hand that he actually does have? You know, if she continues and shoves for the rest of his chips, you know, is he the type of player that's going to make one that tight fold because, you know, it's top pair, but it's kind of a marginal kicker, and she can easily have ace 10.
Right.
And then, you know, 2, is he only going to be on one buy-in? You know, so if he's just doesn't want to
like
bust,
reload,
right, you know, that's an extra layer, you know, that you can factor into those decisions.
You guys saw it flash on the screen. We got the Stones 250K Guaranteed Classic coming up with guests like Lex Veldhouse, Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin, other people from the Run It Up crew, and 250K in tournament guarantees with a $450 buy-in main event and 150K guarantee just for that event. Tons of satellites. That's all coming up starting April 13th. So here we go. Cherry Pie's on the button. Looks like Holly Food gets in with Jack 10. Cherry Pie with Queen 8 of clubs makes a flush on the turn. Stones Live Poker, there are hotels connected to some gambling hall. No, Lady No Muck. There are hotels in the area, but wherever you end up staying, you're going to need to catch an Uber or get a ride somehow. There's a bunch of stuff in the area, but no hotel connected to Stone's gambling hall. Cherry Pie's going to bet $15 with his flush, and I don't think he's getting any action, so he takes down a small pot. He makes $9. Makes $9, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the archives of the Stones Live broadcast, you can check out that. All of those are saved on YouTube. So we're live on Twitch and YouTube. If you're not already following, hit it up. Follow button at the top, subscribe button. You'll get all the email notifications and all that jazz. Also, you can follow on Twitter.
Yep.
Stones Live Poker, or is it Master C on Twitter? I believe.
At Master C 707.
707.
And yours
at Brent Harrington. Not Big Harrington.
Yes.
Brent Harrington. Let's be clear. No.
And I'm at Master C 707 on basically everything electronics.
Oh, there you go. Rick and Barstow chiming in with one of the better places to stay, or at least close places. But yeah, pretty solid. It's a nice area.
And there's a lot of Airbnb around here as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And
I've been using that a lot.
Yeah, same here.
Love Airbnb.
Actually stayed at Airbnb last night. I have a couple places saved from that are very close by here, and so it's great.
All right. Crispy Bacon. Okay, so they're playing Seven-deuce, which explains why he's going to be raising from early position with Seven-deuce suited. And
what do you think about a limp re-raise with Seven-deuce? Just go ahead and turn.
Just go massive.
Pork chop.
Hard.
Just
Yeah.
go pork chop on it.
Pull the pork chop.
Yep. Turn
yeah, I don't know.
Seven-deuce into pork chop.
I think maybe not drawing attention to something fishy, right? So maybe the raise pre and then the c-bet following. I don't hate it. He might win here because if nobody's really got a piece of this, I guess Cherry Pie.
What I want to know is if he has aces in this exact situation, this many people calling, is he really going to continue bet on this flop?
Sure. This is a really safe flop, isn't it? I mean, if you're thinking about it, I think if you want people to continue, maybe not, but you know, what are some hands that could call you here? Like straight open and straight draws, ace 9.
Well, it definitely starts hitting, you know, these later position callers, it starts hitting their range, pretty hard when they're going to be coming with, 5-7 suited, stuff like that.
Right, but
So-
you're still up against an open-ended straight draw. You still have the best hand. I think this is a relatively safe flop. Plus, now you know like what you're looking to dodge. Ooh, I like this a lot actually. I didn't realize Potato has a pair. He does have a pair with backdoor flush draw. Cherry Pie though makes it really tough. Now this would be awesome if so the bet is 200, so there's no way you have no fold equity with 7-deuce. Yeah. So Cherry Pie just says no thanks. I'm gonna take this down right here. I think it's a $10 7-deuce. I'm not really sure. I know that Hollywood's giving people $10 if they bluff Chris Moneymaker with the King 7, but I did not get the deets other than they are playing 7-deuce. So Cherry Pie stacking 2,000 chips. Really nice move by Cherry Pie there. There was like an extra like $60 in the flop on the flop betting plus the 90 already in the pot. So he picks up a $150 real easy. Real easy. Well, not real easy, but he had to do some work for it, but it worked. Maybe he's thinking a lot of what you were thinking, where what hands are you going to lead on that flop?
Right.
You didn't really connect with that flop. Unless maybe pocket nines, right? Like maybe. So. Showtime Poker. Greetings from Toronto. Hello, Showtime Poker 19. Good to see you.
I believe the payout's just $10.
There's DJ in the field. Rick is a YouTube guy now. There's room for both on that. Now this is fun. I'm excited to see Cherry Pie with the 7-deuce because he's aggro.
Yes.
And I think we're gonna see some sparks here for sure. Some huge sparks. Pork Chop's got 4s on the button. Cherry Pie's 3-betting to 75. I like it. Pork Chop calls behind. Crispy Bacon under the gun with 10-9 of clubs. Against this action, 75, and only 60 to call. I think not a surprise to see him continue. 3-handed to the flop. All right. Everybody pretty much whiffs. No real backdoors, nothing. So this could be.
I think Cherry Pie. Did he check? He's looking at Chris like he checked.
Cherry Pie is probably looking for an opportunity to raise here. I highly doubt he is.
I would think that he would continue.
I could see him betting here. If he checks here, I think he's going to have a hard time taking it down the river. But it could make it look like one of those things where maybe he's rocking a really big hand. We'll see what the river is. I don't think Chris might bet, checks to him twice, but
I don't think we're doing bomb pots, Jimmy.
I think it is $10 bomb pots, actually.
Is it 10?
Yeah. A jack on the river actually means that it is a chop, which is perfect for Cherry. It's perfect for Cherry Pie if Crispy Bacon hadn't led for 100, because there's no way he can fold. So Crispy Bacon's going to get some of that money to himself if he manages to get Pork Chop to fold. There's not a lot of reason for Pork Chop to just call here. You're never going to just call unless, I guess you're calling for a chop thinking that you're calling for a chop.
Right.
He does. Oh, he shoves. He just shoves. And then now Crispy Bacon's in a spot where now he's got to call for a chop. He doesn't have that much behind. He bet half his stack. What does he bet? He bet almost half his stack. Pork Chop's not messing around. And Crispy Bacon's regretting probably betting into two people there. Well, the funny part is if Cherry Pie had been the one to do this, it would have worked and he would have collected the sweet 7-deuce money and gotten two players off of the chop.
I think if Crispy Bacon would have bet on the flop that 100, or not the flop, the turn, then I think he takes it down, because it's like once cherry pie is checked, it kind of seems like he'd probably take a lot of the aces out of his range.
Yeah. Pork Chop's got 1.5K now. Cruising up the leaderboard here, the big chip stack leaderboard. With some smooth moves. Some broiled moves there. He adds a little bit of mint jelly.
There you go.
There on the river. I'm not really sure. He got cooked.
What are you saying? Yeah, he's really cooking. Now, Potato races with the 7-4, and I believe there's probably better spots that you can pick.
Yeah. They probably are, but he hasn't played a hand and wants to get active. It's a cash game. Can't really fault somebody for wanting to get involved, but yeah, there are definitely better spots. Yeah, true, Jake. I think he, I don't know if he got scared, he just didn't think it would work, or, but yeah, 3-bet pre with the 7-deuce, and Potato shows 7-4, just for fun.
Say, guys, I'm here to play.
I'm just here to take your money. Crispy Bacon now down to 143. He can buy back in. It doesn't look like he's planning to, so at least not at this moment. He could buy all the way up to 2,000 or whatever the big stack is.
All right.
Yeah, I'd agree, Stolle. I think maybe Crispy Bacon made a real tight fold there just because he put himself in an awkward spot where he bet enough where he is kind of pot committed, but at best you're calling for a chop and you're calling with 10 high. Like, your hand's not even playing anymore. Neither player's hand was playing.
So just prior to the stream starting, I gave the table a friendly reminder of the stream salad run good. So it seems like Casey's taking me up on that, that little nugget of wisdom.
Do you think she has a big deal on the side, like a pickle? Although salad with a pickle doesn't sound that great. Like a burger with pickles on it sounds really good.
I think anytime you have a pickle on the side is great.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I like pickles. Yeah. Looks like Crispy Bacon's got aces. Not a ton of money behind. But I can't really see anything cold.
Yeah, not much of a...
much. It's not a lot more. It's like 98 more.
It's a tough flop to get called.
Yeah, and no go there. So Crispy Bacon picks up a little bit of cash. Now he's got 200 behind, 203. Big deal at Pineapple Pro. Just ahead of him. Jimmy Buffett, I think we may have already answered, but I think there are $10 bomb pots every time they change players. Any players in the chat that use a food name as poker alias? I don't know. Crispy Bacon is always Crispy Bacon, and might actually be the one of the main motivators for the food name game. I believe we have another guy, just Bacon, not Crispy Bacon.
Are you able to still hear the table?
At this moment, no. Not right now. What did you do?
I probably kicked something. I usually do. My feet, I just try to shuffle them around all the time. So.
Oh, we're trying to find players who use food names as an alias on a regular basis. I think it's somebody who gets called Gogurt, Turdzilla. That isn't exactly food, but it's hilarious. Hot dog plays a lot of sounds, yeah, hot dog. Pickle and wine, that sounds a little grody. Let's see. And yeah, four-way action here. Potato has decided to play a lot of the hands he's getting. Flops a pair. some backdoor straight outs, and
Wabri top pair.
yeah. Big deal top pair as well with a lesser kicker, but no reason to believe that she isn't good right now. She's going to raise to 140, which puts a lot of pressure on Wapri. But oh, did Wapri fold ace jack there? I guess he wasn't loving the ace jack. With a bet and a raise, maybe he didn't think his single pair with a medium to good kicker was it's good enough.
Well, you think a lot of the hands that a big deal would be raising would be, you know, a lot of sets there, you know, some pretty big combo draws.
Right, yeah,
pairs,
the big draws,
so.
and then you're thinking about all the money you're going to have to call on the turn and possibly the river, not really knowing what the...
Yeah, what's a good card for me, what's not a good card for me.
Yeah, Chris Concepcion, I think the equivalent to Seven-deuce game in PLO is if you win a hand with trips in your hand. So a little bit easier to do that in PLO 8 if you have like 3 aces and a wheel card. But
I've done that once.
The PLO high variation for sure is you win a hand with trips in your hand. So if you win a hand, if people are playing it, that is typically the variation I have seen on that. You gotta have a 3 of a kind in your hand. Which actually, I mean, in PLO, sometimes that might not be terrible if you can play for cheap, because if you have a hand like 9, 9, 9, 10, you're blocking, or you know, like Jack 10, 10, 10, you're blocking all the straights,
right?
Or a fair bit of the straights, that kind of stuff. So it could be 7, 7, deuce, deuce.
Actually, I was dealt that earlier today.
Wow, that's gross.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever been dealt that. Maybe.
I was like, well, I'm blocking all the low draws.
Got the deuce blockers. Yeah, if you're in the chat and you use a food name on a regular basis as your poker alias, let us know. Speaking of that, ace king. So under the gun rates from Cherry Pie, pork chop 3 bets 25, which goes to what you were saying earlier, that maybe he's going to try to target the big stack. And Crispy Bacon's 4 betting to 80 and going to take it down pre. So since Crispy Bacon has added about $80 to his hand, or to his stack in the last couple hands, without much of pushback from anybody, 3 bet. I think it was both pre-flop hands.
Yeah, and he definitely has, you know, a stack sizing where he can just really push a lot of hands, and it's going to be hard for people to call him.
There's a fairly big raise pre, yeah. I mean, in that case, he bet 80 with only like 220 behind, or not, like 140 behind, yeah. 220 total, so like 140 behind. Oh, Pork Chop gets 7 deuce, calls the straddle, the $10 straddle. Wapri is going to continue almost positively. It'll be interesting to see what happens if somebody wakes up with like a squeezable hand.
Right.
Because I don't think Pork Chop's folding. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the 1-3 No Limit Holdem food name game. We're here.
And this is what we call clock on a
clock. For sure. Is that technically a link? I don't think so. King 10, Cherry Pie, Potato, Ace 3 suited. Big Ghost is going to throw it away.
Right. Now, actually, I do want to make a point. So I think this is a time where Potato showing that 7-4 earlier was going to work against him, because Pork Chop's going to remember that, knows that, okay, so Potato does have some moves in him. I can 3-bet him in this spot.
Wow, and he does. I like it, too, because there was extra money in the pot. There was like 3 or 4 callers before that raise. And now he flops a pair. This, I don't know that either player is going to fold, because... oh! That's too good.
Oh, are we playing the 7-deuce game or the ace-3 game?
Crap. And he called, yes!
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was the greatest move ever by Potato. He shoves the flop, like snap shoves the flop. He's got a double gutter, backdoor flush draw, and an ace against a 7 with one of the deuces blocked there. One of the wheel outs blocked there. Holy crap. That was hilarious and excellent.
Yeah, we'll see if they run it multiple times.
And might get a bonus here. Might get a bonus here. He's gonna win the.
Seven's way ahead by a mile.
By a mile, 7
By a mile.
Oh yeah, you all got $10, guys. $10, $10.
5 goes to your son, so.
Is the son exempted? Yeah, the son's exempt. No.
He doesn't have to pay them.
Out of paying the $10 7-deuce.
Yeah, I think
he has to buy in and
then
$10
pay
without
him.
buying in.
Wow,
Yes.
yeah. Holy crap, that was a great hand. Snap shove, like he snap shoved that flop, and yeah, and I feel like if Chris had not fought the 7,
right,
and there wasn't a 7-deuce game, it was like it probably would have gotten through. But he did have a ton of outs. It looks like he's reaching into the wallet. He's back in. Man, that was fantastic hand. That was fantastic.
He's digging for more spuds.
That was my favorite moment of the night so far.
That was nice.
You know,
It was nice.
Potato is the best because he's been on the stream a bunch, and I think a couple times I probably was confused by a move or something he made, so I saw him out before, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just like, you know, cashing this tournament, and I was like, what do I know? Like, I think he's a stream regular for sure. Definitely a fun player, and he's got some moves in him. Some sweet moves, just like Kevin Bacon and Footloose.
Did get a little Footloose.
I think I've seen Potato punch dancing once or twice in the Stones room. Brent and Chris live. This is a rerun. I saw it last night. I have Pocket Abe's. Yeah, that's right. I knew you were going to say that last night. That's why I said it at this exact timestamp tonight.
Yes.
This is a rerun.
Pocket Abe's is very predictable.
Yeah.
It should be
so easy to read.
It should be predictable Abe's.
Oh.
And now Abe's and Rick are just yelling at each other.
Abe's Rick. Is that like the Sacramento version of Marco Polo? Abe's Rick. Abe's Rick.
They'll meet somewhere near Modesto.
Oh, a hat is on again. He hasn't eaten the pineapple yet.
Yes. Is that a religion? You know, the pineapple on top of your head? It could be like a cardinal or something.
Oh. A cardinal in the pineapple church.
Yes.
The People's Pineapple Church. I don't know.
The big slice.
CP and everyone else. Yeah. Sag Penny. Ooh, Stoli. That sounds amazing. So does a spicy samosa. Holy crap. And the Potato is up in there he flopped a straight, first of all. So
welcome back.
But his previous moves may get him some action here from lesser hands.
Did Pineapple Pro add on, or did you win a pot? I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden he has...
Pineapple Pro is not folding 2 pair.
No, but did he add on?
Is he? Yes, he did.
Okay.
He may... Oh, actually, I'm not 100% sure if... There you go. I'm not in Barstow. Oh, I said Sacramento, but yeah. But it's a new game. Marco Polo is so dated that Rick Abe's is really where it's at now. Check 230 in the pot. David is counting out a bet of 100. I think that's 100. Half the pot, roughly. 90 apparently is the bet. It's gonna be hard pressed to fold 2 pair here, top 2, to a guy who had shown a bit of a wild side.
Right.
What are you doing here if you've got Jack 9?
I'm calling.
It's a fourth of his remaining stack, roughly.
In my head, I'm saying, make it easy on me. Just put a jack out there.
Oh, there you go.
Put a jack out there. And let it go check and get no value.
What's funny is that might keep Potato from getting paid off, but it also is an interesting card for Pineapple Pro because maybe he would consider bluffing now.
Yeah, I think
He's
Pineapple
got two
Pro is
pair.
going to go for a little bit of thin value.
Okay, 100.
Got it, some misdraws.
And he's snap calls with a straight.
I think I never raised a flop return.
So Poker Pro Eric, or Pineapple Pro, he definitely takes some tight lines where he's like minimizing his losses in spots where he flops 2 pair against the straight. He doesn't go broke. And that $100 bet actually probably saved him because he got to set the amount, maybe, in a sense.
So, got a couple questions in the chat just asking about the different tournaments that are going to be part of the Stones Classic. So, the Stones Classic Mix Max. So it's a $200 buy-in tournament, $1,500 or 15,000 starting chips, 30-minute blinds, 15,000 guaranteed, unlimited rebuys for the first 6 levels. So basically, the tournament is going to begin at 8-handed. After the registration finishes, they're going to play down to 48-handed, or to 48-handed. They're going to play up to 48 people.
Huge table.
Yes. And then,
48
so at 48 people,
card.
they're going to redraw and play 6-handed. They're going to play down to 24 players, at which time they're going to redraw, play 4-handed. They're going to go down to 8 players, and they're going to redraw and play heads up. And they're going to play hand for hand with 2-minute runoffs per hand until it gets down to the final 2, in which time it'll be heads up. The clock's just going to run, and they just play it out.
I kind of want to play that tournament because I've never played a Mix Max tournament before.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
But yeah, definitely if you like full ring and 6 max, although like 8-handed is not even necessarily full ring in some tournaments, and so a lot of people really enjoy the 8-handed. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people really enjoy it. So this is a bomb pot with the dealer change. Flop 8-9-3, 2 clubs. And who has made it $100? Big Dill with the flush draw
is just
and the gutter
super
ball.
excited to get Ace King in a bomb pot.
Yeah, with that board. Top pair from Potato, he will probably continue, or at least consider continuing.
Potato can't even stack his chips yet.
Yeah.
I like that. I can't even stack my chips.
Too many chips.
And I'm betting.
Too many chips to stack. Really great turn card for Potato here. And
48-handed.
Big Dill has 400, shoves for 400 into 700. So check. No, open shove, not a check. So she bets the flop, bets the turn, all in 420 or 435, I guess to be exact. Potato's in a rough spot because A, he's got top pair, but he doesn't have a great kicker. This could easily be top pair and have your kicker beat. It could be a 3. It could just be some naked flush draws. He shows the 9 before he actually makes any decision, and it looks like Big Deal. It's no deal to her. She's not concerned. Unconcerned, unfazed. She didn't look like she really even moved a muscle. And he mucks it. Mucks the best hand, which is, the part of the bomb pot that you never really know what to do because you didn't really get to see pre-flop action. Every hand is in someone's range because they didn't get a choice pre-flop.
All right, other tournaments coming up in the Stones Spring Classic. Got the Assassin's Bounty, so $300 buy-in, $100 bounties, right?
Yes, and you can buy more chips with your bounty.
Yeah, you can
buy back in for more chips.
sacrifice your bounty. You got the win the button tournament, so that's gonna be back. The chip amplifier, so a lot of great tournaments. Not to mention, got a pretty good lineup of guys that are gonna be here.
I'm a huge fan of any lineup of guys.
Especially great guys.
Great guys. That's true. Any lineup of great guys. Big fan. Big fan. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, stream powerhouses.
Yes.
Lex Veldhouse, Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin are all going to be here. Probably some surprise guests. Well, like the Run It Up crew, I'm not sure who that consists of, but I do know that, like Jeff Gross sometimes runs in that crowd. I don't know that he'll be here for that. Obviously, I'm sure we would know if he was going to be here. But it wouldn't be a massive surprise if he was just around and hanging out with the Run It Up guys. So that's why most of the Run It Up stuff draws a lot of big names. What is she listening to? I'm gonna guess she's listening to the smooth sounds of Master Cheese and Brent Harrington
100%.
coming at you with the 1-3 in the food name game. The food name game. Pork chops, Rivers top pair. Potato is active.
Yes.
His VPIP is
it's not at the bottom.
fire.
It's not at the bottom.
He's basically playing hot potato with his chips.
There you
He's
go.
just getting them in there, gambling it up, and I want to say, what has he got? 1,000 in front of him, so he's won a little bit. Is this this is a 5-10 game? Yeah. So potatoes up in there for 1.2K. Pork chop is now the big stack with cherry pie just behind. Bean. I feel like a lot of these players are reloading a little bit to keep that $1,000.
And I would say Pork Chop has the absolute best seat at the table. It's him, and then like 6 spots who aren't playing hands, and then 3 people that are going crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Which I think part of this, though, too, is that you play this game because you want to enjoy the game.
Right.
I played on the stream a couple times, and I was very disappointed to lose early enough in the stream where I was just like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah.
It's not fun to not be playing on the stream if you were playing on the stream. So I've said that before, that there's like a fun equity where you don't want to go broke because you want to still be playing the stream. Let's see, which chat is better, Twitch or YouTube? Like a mother or a father who asks, I love both chats equally.
I mean, and we have them up right next to each other.
But
so.
Twitch was the first.
Yes.
So I guess I'm gonna lean a little bit towards, unlike a parent, I'm gonna lean a little bit towards Twitch. Actually, both chats are the same, and to be honest, we have a few people that are in both. So cherry pie with top pair, bean with a gutter, right? 3, 4, 5 with a gutter is gonna bet $40. Potato. This feels like a hand potato is going to get away from in this spot because it's not a great flop for your hand. It's cash win, Eric, by the way. Unless you're actually trying to win like Pringles or something. If that's the case, you're probably set. Okay, 6 on the turn. Bean finds a way. Did Potato call too?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Potato, you are an adventurous fellow. I don't see a purpose for calling here, just because he's got no real. He has like backdoor straight outs and 1 over.
Gamble. Looks like he has a dirty stack too.
Wow, good eyes. Eagle Eye Master Cheese over here.
That's right. That's what they used to call me growing up.
With the flush draw, or not, excuse me, with the made straight, hits the gutter. Like, anytime you lead and then hit the gutter on the turn, it's got to feel a little good.
Yes.
A little good.
Re-raise, raise, C-bet, lead.
And nothing hugely terrible about that river for him. I guess technically he no longer has the nut straight, but is 8-10 going to have really been that involved here? I guess 5-8, probably also not in the range of cherry pie here. Mr. Harrington. No, I think both the chats are solid, and to be honest, that's like, I guess I'm glad we're doing it in both because there is definitely a group of people who prefer one over the other. I just spend, what do you expect from a spud? Yo, Potato is my favorite player of the evening, by far. Well, okay, maybe not. Cherry Pie's been doing some great things, too. Some really great moves. Chris, how come YouTube doesn't have the PLO8 stream back in December? I'm not sure. I had him erase it. I'm just kidding. It should be up there. I was only on it for the first part because I went broke, I think within like the first hour and a half. But it was a good time. The last time I played PL8 on the stream, Chris was here too. Porkchop was here. So betting the whole way really is disguising the strength of his hand, I think. This probably doesn't feel like a straight to Cherry Pie. He's probably thinking, you know, maybe what kind of 2-pair combos are out there that maybe, or maybe like top pair with a better kicker.
He's like, can I pick off, you know, a missed flush draw?
But he's also the kind of guy that's like, how much can I raise to get you to fold here? Little as you know, he's probably never getting a fold in this spot, simply because I doubt 5-8 or 8-10 are continuing this far into the pot. So I don't think he's going to get a fold, but I would applaud him for trying because this is somebody who rarely bluffs. I don't know that I would ever try this, but I like it. Oh, Ford Garrett, first time viewing Twitch. We're going to have another Vloggers game, but I'm glad you've stuck around. I think the general idea of us bringing all these guys in is to catch some eyes from different crowds. Yep. This is definitely...
well, and it just helps, you know, just grow the whole brand of poker altogether.
Yeah.
You know, we get people that, you know, like to watch these guys' streams, they come over here. Our people are going to come over there. You know, you can get more people, and then also just... those people are going to be like, hey, you know, to all my other friends, like, come check this out. This is pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a community that supports each other.
And that's what's really great. You know, this is not a community where, you know, trying to be cutthroat with each other is going to help anybody.
Yeah. So Bean takes that down. Cherry Pie is able to get away from his pair. Is there a replay of this? Yeah, all these things are going to be up on YouTube, our YouTube channel /StonesLivePoker, YouTube/StonesLivePoker, and you can see we got a big archive of episodes for the last like 3 years, I think. Crispy Bacon's opening. Queen Jack suited, the last hand trip. True, Stoli, that's a good point. I mean, he definitely took his time to figure out what he wanted to do, and I will say that the strength of his hand was definitely disguised there, I think.
Right. On that same token, though, Stoli, he also did kind of shut it down for a little while after that.
All right, Wapri in there defending the big blind with ace-4, and Potatoes up in there with an open-ended straight draw now, but Bacon's got slightly better of it because he's got a pair with this open-ended straight draw. Top pair.
And so far, not too much is going Wapri's way.
5 on the turn. Potato now has a little bit more incentive to continue. I don't think he's going to fold to the $36 bet with open-ended straight draw and a pair. Ooh, and I wonder. I don't know that he'll call that 108. It looks like 108. I don't know about 156, but anyway, like somewhere around there, like half the pot. And they both show each other a jack, so. Fun stuff. Pineapple Pro 268, Crispy Bacon up to 318, and Big Dill at 724. The Quantum Tournament after the Stones Springs Classic is here from April 13th to the 22nd. You only got a week for the Quantum Tournament, which is a huge opportunity to make a ton of money.
Yep.
9 starting flights, 120 for 7 of the starting flights, 240 for the other 2 starting flights. 10% of the field is going to advance through the cheaper flights, the $120 flights. 20% of the field is going to advance from the 240 flights. And every time you advance, you're going to get some money. The first time you're going to get 230, I believe, right? And then every time after that, 900. Plus, your bigger stack is going to proceed to day 2. Or if you feel like just playing day 2, 900.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you get into day 2 with 50 big blinds.
Sleep in all the day ones. $900, show up day 2.
Y'all got to get Jamon Burton in the next Vlogger game. Yeah, I only recently heard about him, and he's definitely, I think, does he live in the Midwest somewhere? I thought he lives in like Chicago or something, but I've only watched like a small portion of it.
So whoever got the pizza did not get the memo about the salad running. The pizza is delicious.
Oh, the pizza here is, if you guys have never been to Stones, I talk about this most streams because I'm fat and the food is good, but the food at Stones is good.
It's really good.
It's good.
And I always say it's like, and the thing I like probably the most about it, besides it being amazing, is you have the full menu 24/7.
Yes. There is a player's menu that has a discounted rate, which is actually pretty reasonable menu, lots of options. But you can get the entire menu if you're looking to just get, you know.
You're not limited to hot dogs and nachos.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Chris P works for Stones. I don't know if Chris P works for Stones, but he is definitely a reg. He's definitely, you see him in a lot of the streams. Even if it's not stream time, he's around playing some PLO, playing some cash.
Yeah, and I think you see a lot of people in Stones gear just because they have a lot of really good apparel. Nice hats, nice shirts, sweatshirts. And people are kind of proud of wearing it. They really enjoy this room, and so they don't mind wearing it out and about. And other people go, "Hey, what is that?" And they're like, "Hey, well, let me tell you, this is a really cool, poker room in Sacramento that I, go to on the regular."
Yeah, Lon McCarron's always rocking the Stones hoodie. Most of the time, I see him during the summer in Vegas because it's always cold in the Rio, and he's always got that Stones hoodie on. So he's rocking his hometown boys. Although he's very popular, so sometimes he's wearing stuff from other rooms.
So did Pineapple Pro put pineapple on that pizza?
You know what? If he didn't already, you just chop off a little bit of the top there. Boom. You guys should know about the food since he apparently sat in the kitchen to broadcast. Yeah, I will say we're very close to getting a booth with a top on it.
Right.
Which I think is going to take away some of that kitchen type sound that I think you're referring to.
It's right there. Right.
We're actually not that far. We can turn the camera a little bit. The kitchen is not too far behind us. How do you get the player's menu? Well, if you're on the poker player side,
you just yell service.
You're automatically getting the menu. Wapri has a flush here. Flush in a spot where Bean has a pair and 7-deuce. Wapri is sometimes tight, but with a flush, I feel like you're gonna have a really hard time winning this. Bean might have a shot if the river is a spade, but it is not a spade.
Yeah, let's see if Bean just bombs trying to get that extra $80.
Do my best.
Oh, he's having thoughts of bombs.
Is there an amount that Wapri can fold here? If you overbet the pot,
he's gonna refry himself right here.
Refried Bean. Oh, I like it. Anytime we can get some food puns in there, people get it drawing very thin to see.
And snap calls.
He makes it 250. He only makes it 250, and Wapri's gonna win the pot here. The 7-deuce really can get you into trouble sometimes. Not often does your opponent have a flush. That's not a kitchen, just a bar. The kitchen is behind the bar.
Yes.
Someplace behind the bar. No, wait. Actually, the kitchen's on the other side of the joint. That's true.
Fair enough.
I think he was making a reference to the sound that we're getting from the mics. But once we get the top on this baby, boom. Nothing but pure, unadulterated sound. We're going to be singing and having a great time.
And we knew, Pocket Abe's was going to say that, so we said it last night in the stream.
Exactly, yeah. So this is the recorded version. By the way, for those of you guys who tuned in last night, Justin Kelly is in the Chris Moneymaker suit today. Fat train.
He did seem taller.
Yeah, a little bit taller. The suit's a little tight on him. They are playing the 7-deuce game, Pyroshen. Yes, that's why Bean was mixing it up with the 7-deuce. Let's see, I've been in a nice room, but it's still the same poker room. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they. Oh, here we go, huge pot.
Okay, potato.
Pot here. Crispy bacon with pocket queens. Pork chop is never folding for 300, like 220 more.
And Potato is a little too preoccupied with trying to get a cookie, which I don't blame him.
Yo, the cookies are good.
They're
First
really
of all,
good.
if you're playing and it's cookie time, the cookies are free.
Right.
They just walk around with plates of chocolate chip or peanut butter
And
cookies.
I've never seen a place that does that.
This is
I remember
the
the
only
first time
place.
I was here, I was like, wait, what? Wait, they're bringing cookies around?
It doesn't get better.
And they were freshly baked cookies, nice and warm, melted chocolate. Oh, it was amazing.
And Potato hates it because he flopped 2 pair and would have won a hand. Would have won this pot. He's winning hands, but he would have won this pot. I don't think you're ever calling 9-4, but he definitely made a comment about how he had.
I often say one of the areas I need to work on the most in my game is the ability to see about 5 minutes into the future. Once
if
I
you were
get that
Nicolas
down,
Cage in that movie Next,
yes, I will
you'd be an
absolutely
excellent
kill it.
poker player. Do you get free cookies? You get free cookies, Lady No Muck. I know you're already thinking about coming here, but I think we might have just sealed the deal with the free cookies. They need some sort of cookies bonus on the pots. I'm getting in my car right now. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I suppose we could do the cookie splash pot, although you don't. We probably don't want to mess the tables up, but in theory, when they're passing out the cookies, every pot at every table is a cookie splash pot because you can get them. Oh, and apparently you just get them. If you want cookies, they'll just give them to you. I didn't know that. I thought you had to wait until.
So you can ask for cookies?
You can just ask for cookies.
What?
Look, let me tell you, this place is amazing.
Do they need commentators right now?
Yeah.
Can we take a 10-minute cookie break?
Yo, do you want to go get some cookies?
Kinda.
Let's show these people the cookies. I think that's allowed. Justin's not here tonight. We're going to make the rules our own. Jenna, I don't think she's going to hold it against us if you want to get some cookies.
We'll see if we can catch
cookies to the booth. We can't get dumplings to the booth. Maybe we can get cookies to the booth. Ship the cookies. I do believe he is drinking a cider. And you know what, dude? Poker Pro Eric and I might have our little bit of back and forth in the chat, but I have got to give a shout out to anybody who's going to eat a pizza and have some red wine. Bam. I like it. We're doing it fancy here.
Right. And we give Poker Pro Eric, a lot of ribbing because he does and he can take it, so it's fun.
He's a reg.
He's a really easy target as well. So.
That's true. Oh, hello. Queen 10, 8-7, Jack 10, 2 pair, Queen Jack. Man, a lot of people getting a piece of this pot here. And I think, Fred Durst. That's right. Cookies, no problem. Just don't ask for a milkshake. All right. Good to know. Need cookies.
See if we. Too bad we don't have tape.
All right. Heart on the turn. Everybody's still continuing. Was that check through on the flop? Dan Liz, thank you. Are you kidding me? Glad you feel that way. Did it all for the cookies. Look, yeah. I mean, I think one of the things that's really great about the poker community is the support that every place has. As somebody who's been working in poker for about 3 years, it is like a competition, but at the same time, all of these different things bring up each other. The more people that come to Sacramento, if Thunder Valley's bringing in Rolling Thunder, we want to make a better cash game environment for them, but at the same time, it's everybody's working in conjunction.
Right.
The poker business is very symbiotic. We all kind of work together. Is that for sure?
And again, it's the more people you can introduce into the game, and it
we all
doesn't really
benefit from new
matter
players.
where they get that introduction. They just need ample opportunity to get an introduction.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. Look, let's just say...
Nobody's looking at my chair sign.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Let's just say that I don't think anybody upgrading the room is a bad thing. I think Stone's already, I haven't been to the new Thunder Valley room. Stone's was already the nicest room. If I had to pick the place to play, I would come to Stone's.
Right.
It's nicer. The food is better. The service is excellent. Everything about Stones.
And the action's better, because what Stones has here, and this is really what, like, you want to make an amazing game. Make your games table stack, like match the table stack.
Oh, table stakes, yeah.
Yeah, because that just
pumps up the line. Somebody made a joke about how this looks like a 5-10 game because there's so many players with 2K in front of them. So,
and this is actually very normal for games here, and in very often for table stakes games, is you do see just huge stacks.
If you eat finger food at the table, you are an absolutely disgusting.
No, what you need to do.
You just get them to feed you the cookie.
No, you plan ahead. One hand poker, one hand food.
Yeah, but what if you forget which hand? I try to do that sometimes, but
you just don't let go of your food, I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes, there is something to be said about hygiene.
The cherry pie's plan is getting hit with the flowing river with that neon vest. They also looks like he's going there good and get ran over. Same rule as bowling. One hand, one poker. Yeah. I think it's great. Yeah. The beauty part about like Stones is if you happen to be anywhere else, we're very close to other poker rooms anywhere. So if you're like I keep saying like, okay, like, yeah, so like WPT goes to Thunder Valley, but if you're here already, come down.
Yeah.
Because there's great tournaments here all the time. Yes, and you got this solid room. So that's all we're gonna say about that. I think.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at the tournaments that we've already talked about. I mean, they're
for sure
crazy. Like, okay, so
our schedule
the example today. So today they had a Monday morning tournament, right?
Monday morning tournament.
$50 buy-in.
$50 buy-in.
So first off, if you win that tournament, not only you win it, you get a $300 entry, to the last Sunday, which we saw last night. First place was 9,000.
Yeah.
Which they all did a 6-way chop for 4,300.
Yep.
So, but $50 buy-in. First place was $900 something.
Oh wow.
Usually a $50 buy-in is like you win it and you get like $380 maybe, something like that. I mean that's pretty damn good.
What's up, MSU Vagabond? Is that Michigan State, Mississippi State, or was it? All tournaments you get $20 rewards. Cash games 20. And also, like Justin told me about this. Oh, here, real quick.
Pocket
Potato.
We're actually still passing cookies.
Potato has flopped a set of jacks, which is huge for him. On the button, $100. He bets half the pot, a little bit less than half the pot. So.
And Bean is just deciding to lose his mind.
It's the Bean board.
I do.
Did he just min-click it? All in? Yeah, Bean's not going to continue.
And I mean, honestly, Bean is trying everything he can to try to
get something going.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly not getting.
He's been running into it though.
Right.
Like in
that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. He has not been gifted with big hands, so he's trying to make action. Now, and there's this fine line when you're playing. Is you want to be aggressive, you want to try to put people to tough decisions, but you also need to balance that with a little bit of letting the game come to you. You can't overdo it. It's this real fine kind of area that you need to find that balance in.
I think that's the difference too between a lot of the more successful cash players. Is just patience. Not that I'm not, I don't know if Bean's cash player or a tournament player. I'm assuming he's a bit of a cash player, because he makes some like looser calls, but also like that's what you do in cash, right? You're trying to make money. You're trying to use your time to make money.
And the other thing is, so once you've, kind of started running bad, maybe for whatever reason, you're just running up against it, maybe you've made some bad plays, whatever it is, you don't know how people interpret, they just see that you're losing. So whenever you do that, you got to scale back a little bit on some of the aggression because it's just not going to get through. Now this is actually a really great time for him to be aggressive. He raises, not a lot of people are going to put him on the flush draws. Now he can fire, right now pretty heavily. When the flush hits, he can still fire because, people aren't going to just put him on flush draws.
True. And even that's like not a terrible turn for him, given that we know what Wapri holds.
Suited Aces, what's up, man?
Do you think it's hard going back and forth in cash games to tournaments?
No.
Probably not. I do think there are people who are better at one over the other. I don't even think I'm that great at tournaments, but I definitely think I'm better at tournaments than I am at cash no limit. And for that reason, I don't really play cash no limit because I feel like I'm not very good at it, and I don't particularly like lighting money on fire. I will play some.
How else do you stay warm?
Right, that's true. That's a good point. Anyway, speaking of, I don't know how this relates to lighting money on fire, but follow on YouTube and Twitch, where you can watch some people occasionally light money on fire.
There you go. Very nice.
Subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitch. We're at stonesgamblingHall.com. We are Stones Live Poker on Twitter, also Stones Gambling Hall on Twitter. Follow Stones Live Poker for all of the information about the streams. You're going to get some pre-tweets. We usually have a little bit of back and forth about who's going to be on it and what to look forward to. Light the stream on fire and crash the bots again. Oh, there you go. Why do you think you're better at tournaments? Well, mostly because I don't really play cash, and I play tournaments occasionally. A lot of the tournaments I play are not low-limit Holdem tournaments, but if there's like good value from a Holdem tournament, I'll play it. Like the main event for the Spring Classic, which is a 450, 150K guarantee. I'd probably play that. Chris Concepcion, unless it's PLA. That's a fair point. I think the only tournaments I've ever actually won. Oh, that's not true. I won a Holdem tournament, but a lot of the tournaments I've won are like OE tournaments, which is Omaha 8 Study, a Badoogie tournament, a pot limit Badoogie tournament online. It's pretty fun.
You know, I would not hate to have PLO or PLO 8 as my best game, because those are games that are really picking up, and you have a huge edge over people, and you're going to have the edge for a while. So
yeah, well, PLO more so than PLO 8, right. I think, but I do know that there's a lot of PLO 8 stuff going on. We have a cash game here every once in a while. I have not done well in that cash game, but I feel okay. Looks like Cherry Pie's got the 7-deuce again here, and it's 3-betting 125, which is great. Like, if you're gonna get the 7-deuce, you got a spot where you can 3-bet it and maybe even take it down pre. Right. But what a unique spot! Ace Jack suited, Pineapple Pro puts the hat on, and he is a bit sour about folding such a sweet hand. Given the action, I don't see anything really wrong with that fold. I think I wouldn't even see anything really wrong with a call there. But I mean, given what his stack is left, I don't think calling would be great. So shoving would probably be the best idea.
And last time, he had this situation where he was raising with the 7-deuce and pork chop called. He pretty much just completely shut down. And again, you see him checking here.
This is a good spot for Cherry Pie because, well, we know Chris doesn't have anything. He probably doesn't feel like it's a great spot, so we'll see if he can suss it out, if he can make an aggressive play here that'll get him the pot. It doesn't look like he's going to do it. So, Chris,
and he shows the Ace Jack.
Pork Chop is thwarting the 7-deuce on a couple different hands. Good night, Rick. Nice to see you. Glad you showed
good night.
up.
Sleep well.
But yeah, I think, cash, I would say, is, if you're going to play poker for a living, you have to play some cash. I don't play poker for a living.
I would up that to mostly cash.
Yeah, I would say you can play tournaments for sure, but you have to be sustaining yourself with cash games, which I think, so if you're better at cash, then sometimes it's more value to just keep playing cash, right? Depending on the game you're playing, between the rakes, like, you can skip tournaments, but I think you'll see a lot of guys go into these really high value tournaments. Anytime you get a big guarantee with a small buy-in in a multi-fight tournament, that's worth taking a shot at.
Absolutely. Well, and so say if you play 1-3, your average buy-in is going to be typically $300, and these tournaments are like a $300 buy-in, so it's really just one cash game buy-in. But the difference is, if you run hot and win this tournament, you're talking.
You'll have a hard time competing with the hourly if you win the tournament.
If you win.
But if you don't win the tournament, then your hourly is probably going to be higher in the cash game, assuming, you know.
Yeah, yes. Your bottom line is definitely going to be better.
Live Insurance, Larry, stream is making you hungry. Well, I don't think Stones is on Postmates. That'd be interesting. It'd be fun.
What's Postmates?
It's like a delivery service. So it's like if a place doesn't have a delivery service, they come and pick it up for you. So they place the order and they pick it up for you. I wouldn't actually be hugely surprised because it is a restaurant. Sammy's is technically the name of the restaurant, but
I haven't really seen people do anything like to go or like, you know, like get to go boxes.
Yeah, but the food here is awesome. Yeah. So like if you could,
I would.
I would too. It's actually a bit far from me, so if Uber Eats, there you go. Yeah, same deal. Postmates, Uber Eats. Potato's got a pair with backdoor flush draw, and he is having a hello. That's actually going to keep him in there, but it gives Porkchop the best hand at the moment.
And this, yeah, should go check.
And Potato's going to get a little bit of that sweet Porkchop money, probably. I mean, there's no real reason based on the action why you couldn't think Ace-King is good here. Actually, wait, no, never mind. 10s and 7s with an ace, right? Yeah, never. I'm good.
And so this is, you know, the great line. Will you show me if I fold? You know, you start kind of talking to them. See, you're just trying to gauge their response to how comfortable they are. So if somebody's starting to talk to you, the best thing you can do is just turtle up, look at a speck of dust on the table, and don't you move.
Be like Mr. Potato Head, but like get rid of all the arms and eyes.
Yeah, don't hear anything that anybody's saying to you. You just focus on that, and if you can not even start thinking about something altogether, like think about your kids or think about something completely off of poker, and then that's the only way you're going to get through those situations.
Wow, so I mean, you never like folding in a spot where you think you might be chopping, but you also hate calling for a chop, right? So, in that spot, Potato picks up another pot. Potato's been all over the board tonight, which is why I think he makes a great stream game player because he's fun, he's nice, he plays a lot of hands, and he definitely takes some very unique lines, and that makes it unpredictable and fun to watch. But also, like, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster for him when we're talking about his money situation. So he's down 500 so far, but he's working that back up because he lost an all-in to Porkchop earlier. Pretty big all-in, so he's working his way back up to even.
He never wins bomb pots, by the way. So.
All right, that's it. This time I'm betting whether I have it or not because I want the bomb pot.
Really?
Screwed on the river.
Like near the bank?
How about you, Casey? Have you done okay in bomb pots on your
there might be something similar to Postmates.
You know, right.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Even that's good.
Maybe it's a contractual thing, or maybe there's like
because they're large,
mafia-esque type fighting going between Uber Eats and Postmates. That's going to be the next HBO drama.
All the broken down cars on the side of the road are the mafia hits.
Yeah. We've got
That's what I was listening to.
I told you I bet no matter what. So I'm going to bet.
Yeah, this is terrible.
I'm just going to bet it. Just feels good.
You can't have it. Canvas trader. All canvas flush draw. Can't have it.
Ray. Looks like 100.
Just betting no matter what. They're able to take control.
I was actually pretty happy in the long run. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. That good.
All right, what do we got over there?
Whoa, that's got to stay in.
Hey, here we go, guys. Up. He does.
Ryan it over
Quite a
there?
bit.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Well, you can eye it for Ryan
My
over here
cheeks
for
are
Wop
already
Ryan.
Are they not the...
You can eye it for Wop Ryan.
Are they 50% turn? No, 50% one.
I wouldn't mind if I did.
That was a gun to my head. It was the poker god saying, "This is you're an idiot."
No, that's on Wednesdays.
Good job.
No, I think Chris will be there.
I haven't been playing golf. I don't stand a lot, but I play golf.
Oh. Can you get a
So
menu?
I play golf. I haven't played it all. Oh, yeah, the other side. Yeah, I would love when it's like, is somebody going to win like tomorrow? I have played tomorrow when I had Duck Taco 8 times. You know, it's not, maybe 9.
I had them 4 times yesterday.
I've never
Long road.
I like the chicken salmon salad.
What do you shoot? Well, I guess I can tell you because we're not going to gamble yet. I'm a 0.
Really? You're a scratch call.
Oh, he knows that. He knows something. Okay. I played May 3rd golf course last month. I shot 71. So I was in the mud. It was actually hitting.
Alright, you can teach me how.
Yeah. I've given golf lessons to players here. I've got money. 2 or 3 guys from here.
Oh, wait, they paid you? I'm not saying.
They paid me. No. I'm not. Well, I was your friend of mine. So yeah.
Oh, I'll take you to wherever the Thunder Valley goes. I get a card, get a balls.
Yeah, these guys were tilty enough to me like to hang out with them. So like I knew them, but I wasn't like trying to. When I golf, yeah.
Okay, good.
There's no money on the line here. I don't want to get drunk just like $1,000. What's the worst thing happening at golf? You win. If you're drunk, you can't see the wall. You know, I can't see it.
Please, 800.
It's the bomb on it.
I'm trying to compare it so long. I've only given one away. The 3 kilo is like
all right, I call. Tell me what you got.
He's got a full house.
Yeah.
He has an 8-2. Oh shit! Yeah, that's gonna be awesome to call.
Okay, that's.
Even if they go on.
Holy crap.
Oh. That was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, but see, this is the part too where let's see.
He did. I called. 100. He got 50 on the clock. I raised 50. He got 100 on the turn. I called.
Even if that's 500 on the turn, you call. He can't go on the turn. He's got lucky. What was that?
That's a good card for you.
I think you get more on the turn, you're gonna call.
There's a bomb pot too.
Right. But you know, you hear those like, don't go broke in a limp pot.
Maybe don't go broke in a bomb pot too.
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge, but I mean, you can't. You certainly can't hate your hand when you have a straight.
Yeah. I think, yeah, once the board pairs, you know, and then you, especially you lead out for a large bet, you know, you probably, once somebody raises you, especially that big, you don't like it, but you gotta fold.
What's a Hollywood style pork chop?
Oh, Holly food? Holly food?
Harry remembers the boat. I didn't remember how long I tried.
I think it's 14 times. Isn't it Jimmy Buffett? 14 times? It might even be 15. Hang on, now I feel like I need to check that. I'm going to make a comment like that.
Yeah, I think it's 14 time right now.
Yeah, it's 14 times. Kablamo. We have to get, that's what we need to get, like Batman 50s series style. Boom. Like we should make those signs. Pow.
It's all boat.
Boom.
Bluff.
Kablam.
There was some blood on that table.
Yeah, and it sucks. Well, it sucks for Potato because he's very active, and that gets him paid in spots like that, similar like that, where he gets turned. But then, and he probably would have gotten paid at least a little bit of money.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That 250 bet he made on the river. So, yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but it makes for a good stream in terms of big pots.
And this is a good time to put in cash win.
Chash win. Damn it. That's all right. I think a lot of people. That's right.
There we go.
Exclamation point. Chashwin
And
is
Cherry Pie is now
different.
up 1.2K.
Yeah, there's a big pot. Big pot.
Sure is nice to win monster pots, though.
Yeah, feels
God. It's one of my favorite
good.
things.
And here, Wapri has a flush draw versus top pair of Potato, and I feel like Potato is not going to stop. He's
Can't stop
unfazed.
Yes.
He's there mixing it up the very next hand. He doesn't take a break from the table or anything like that. He's up in there. Holly food.
Just add some more outs for Wapri or Wapri.
Yeah. So now a deuce or a heart will get him the win. And he's just going to call. I think if he bricks the river, Potato's going to bet and Wapri's going to get away from it.
And Wapri still can't make a hand.
We go check. Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah. And Potato gets a little bit back. He's still got a ways to go. I think Potato, it says Potato's down 1.5K on the day.
And that is definitely a potato on his chips, not a rock, because he is not sitting on those chips.
Let's just see. I know it's 14. I'm just trying to fake helmet. Aha! Got
Well
it.
done, Jimmy.
Like it. I didn't pick up on that.
That's high level. Shaq Spinner, what's up, man? Shaq used to play with me over in Great from time to time, but he won't let me know who he is.
Aha! Why not?
No, he said I ran a ridiculous bluff on him once, and
Ridiculous bluff.
yeah. And I figured it was just me probably being over optimistic. I probably wasn't thinking anything other than barrel.
Which is why you like wine so much.
Either wine or wine.
Barrels on the mind.
Oh, and that is the third
It's the
song.
third song on our hit rap album.
Wine, barrels on the mind.
That's right. It's gone from being terrible to a hit. It's a cult classic. People love it because it's so bad it's good.
Right.
Like Snakes on a Plane or something.
Like Daisy Dukes.
Wait, like the shorts? I don't know that there's anybody that hates Daisy Dukes.
Moving on.
Just hates them. I can't stand it.
Take them off. All right.
There's somebody from the 20s who's like, I hate when girls show their legs. Ah, damn it.
We used to be
This is
lucky to see an
terrible.
ankle.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen butt cheek.
Okay, I'm not a fan of those. I've never really been a fan of the ones where the pockets, like you see the bottom of the pockets.
Right, yeah.
As well, but whatever. I don't hate them. I'm just not like. All right, big deal. 8-7 suited. Get some. Wapri's in there. 30.
Sure like
Pineapple Pro.
Sure like it when you could 3-bet to $30.
Oh,
I'm assuming
yes.
it was probably a straddle. Oh, and
the juke. Give it a
what's going on? What?
She's the DJ on her rap album. She's really good.
Just mixing that
No,
flop.
the RFID cards are very thick too and stick together. Obviously, sometimes it's pretty. Or like the production crew is just playing tricks on trolling the dealers by putting like Scotch tape on them or something.
Pocket Abe says, the day Master C ran a sick bluff on you was the most important day of your life. For him, it was just a Tuesday. False, I don't play on Tuesdays. It was just
Master
a Wednesday.
C is Dark Tuesdays, like some show on the strip. I don't know.
It's more
the
like
Celine Dion show. on
It's
the
more
strip.
like Fat Tuesdays.
Oh, no, I meant dark. That's what they say when they're not
Right.
on that day.
Yes. But I was saying more like Fat Tuesdays, like drinking and
Yes.
partying.
Got it. Yeah, no playing, only drinking.
Yes.
All right, so 6-5 Cherry Pie and Wapri are both continuing.
And that's the fourth song, 6-5 Cherry Pie.
6-5 Cherry Pie. Yeah, for sure. Fourth song. It's a great album.
We almost have a whole album. I hear the first half of the album is the hardest to do.
Right, we're almost done. Yeah, Jim, I saw that. If you guys didn't see that, you could check it out on Twitter. It's pretty funny. Jake Cody, who is a Stars Pro from the UK, he chopped a tournament for like 42,000 euros and then put it all on black. And there's a video of him.
And he hit?
Well, I mean, are they going to put the video on when he gets his soul crushed? Wait, he's a professional.
I think either way you put it on.
But yeah, so he puts 42,000 euros on black and then wins, and everybody just goes crazy.
Now, if you really wanted to be a sicko, he would put it on 0 or 0-0.
Oh, that'd be gross.
Enough of this almost 50-50 nonsense.
Or taking that Wesley Snipes advice.
Jake Cody, you can do better.
Jake Cody. Yo, first of all, I don't even think they'd let you put 42,000 euro on a single number because it pays like 37 to 1 or something.
I'm pretty sure
some places might,
there would be a casino that has a table that will allow you to do
somebody
that.
will let you.
And that table is probably in a room all by itself.
In a room,
yes,
behind a gold door
with platinum locks.
Yeah. So, Cherry Pie picks up some of the bucks, with a pair when both Big Deal misses the flop and Wapri misses another flush draw.
Yeah, go figure.
Unfortunate for some big stacks for a 1-3. That's true. We do play table stakes here, which means at any point anybody can buy in for the biggest stack. Once you do the initial buy-in, from that point on, after the first hand, everybody can buy in for whatever the biggest stack is. So we've been playing for a few hours, so obviously the stacks are going to be a little bit bigger, but anybody can buy in for that stack. What's up?
And Moneymaker is, I don't know, watching Hallmark videos?
Once upon a time, season 5. Maybe season 6 now, because he's grinding those episodes.
He's just not setting a good example for Moneymaker's son.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Life Insurance Larry says, was short for a 1500 WSOP event, put 50 on 23 on the roulette wheel, won, then came into the top 20 of that event. Hello. You know, roulette is not the most reliable, but maybe the best WSOP satellite.
Yeah.
And it's the best tournament satellite.
I mean, how many people do you got to beat? You know, there's, what, how many numbers? 100?
I was like 50, 60 numbers, not even 100.
So that's, you know, pretty good odds, right?
Yeah. Big Dill does not manage to find a set. It's a Cinderella story. Yeah, it's a pretty great story. I like it. Bean flops top pair. This might be the hand where Bean finally makes some money back, but I don't see him getting a whole lot of action from anybody, just given that, yeah. So it's unfortunate for Bean in the spots where he has the hand. And he's not really getting a lot of action.
And you just have those days. You know, but the nice thing, again, with the being able to match the biggest stack at the table is if you keep your stack at a large stack, so you could run terrible for hours and hours, be down a lot of money, but because you're afforded to always keep your stack huge, you win one pot, and now you either erased all of your losses, or shown like a decent amount of profit.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be at that table, you have your wits about you. Keep your stacks big.
Looks like Pork Chop's up, aka Chris Moneymaker, 233. So he bought in for like 1.5, I think, over the course of the day.
And Wapri's only down $93 for not ever making a hand and missing every draw possible. So.
And he's getting all that fun equity where he's not really losing a ton of money, and he's able to sit down.
You can tell how much fun he's having.
He's having a great time.
Size
every time I miss, like repeatedly miss flush draws. He hasn't done one of these where he just like helicopters it.
Just can't wait until you rip your cards into confetti.
No, don't do that.
So happy.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that on the RFI.
They're thick cards too, so like, A, you'll probably be embarrassed at your inability to rip them in half. I'm so ill. And then B, well, I mean, that would at least cost money, so don't do that.
I always say, when you talk about stories of frustration, I had a
Stories of frustration.
A guy,
Episode 1.
a guy in high school who would get so mad and get like storm out of class, but this door was on one of those like air spring-loaded doors, and so he goes to just slam it, and it just bounces back and hits him square in the face. Of course, and we're all just laughing, and he just.
I think I've done something like that before. I got like mad and I threw something and it like bounced and hit me in the forehead. It's pretty funny. C5, he's up 1.4K, so let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. What is that? I mean, he's probably in for like 1,000.
Who?
Cherry Pie.
'I'll say that.
14.
He's my cherry pie.
3.
Zero, Paul. Welcome.
30. 32. So actually, he's probably in 1.
And now, as
He's at
someone
32
who
and
likes to
5.
build ridiculously stupid big stacks, I really like that stack that he has going on.
Yeah, you got the one stack off to the side
Right,
that you can
just-
bet with, right?
Like just pyramids on top of pyramids. You know, I
Pork
think,
Chops has gone for the like plate. I've
Right.
seen people set
Right.
their cups and stuff on top of that before. He's gone for the plateau.
chop a steak on
Yeah.
chop a pork chop on it.
Cherry Pie's going for the high riser pyramid type.
See,
look.
I like it when they're above my head level, where I have to peek around, to like.
when you're doing
see-
this,
yeah.
when you're like getting to the card.
And then if somebody wants to get a read on me, I just hide right behind them. Can't read me.
Oh, let's see. All table stakes. What side's on tilt? Take away 1.4. Yeah, exactly. So he's got like 3,200 in front of him. So he's in for about 1.7, 1.8. But he's up 1.4K. Or yeah, up 1.
The coolest stack I've seen, probably when I was balancing a champagne bottle on top of my 60 tower chip, 60 chip high tower.
Potato bets 100. I think the biggest issue with maybe potatoes like bluffing or value betting is that he bets like 100. He doesn't really bet a lot. Like if Hollywood's calling, like snap calling you, I mean Hollywood also has ace queen, so he has one of the best hands in this spot. But if Hollywood is snap calling you, then you maybe aren't betting enough to really get him to even think about it. But you flopped second pair, heads up pot. Usually, sometimes that's going to be good. So. Coolest stack. Math is hard. Yeah, thanks. He's up 1,400. He has 32, which means he's in for 1,800. Right? A lot of like math teachers and math criticizers out there. I don't even know what that emote is. It's a gun, but what is it? A potato gun?
I think it's a hairdryer. I don't know.
Oh, it looks like a potato and a gun
Yeah.
mixed into one. Like one night, a potato and a gun met each other. Sometimes
Spud gun.
sometimes when a potato and a gun really love each other. Chash win, yes. We should make that a thing. We make that a new command. Chash win.
He can't count. I can't spell.
Don't need to.
What are we doing here for? We're here to talk,
We're
not
just
to
sit
type.
here and look at pictures and say words. Hot damn. It's a great time here. It's
I love lamp.
Gambling hall. Not that I think my southern accent might need some work.
The Australian accent probably needs work too.
Yeah, a bit.
All I know is
bit,
me.
eh?
All I know is me.
Yeah. I sometimes do an Australian accent. It's mediocre. Some words are difficult.
They are.
Will Pineapple find a shove hand? Possibly. Bean makes it 35. Pork Chop, King Jack, offsuit, and Potato. I imagine if Bean calls this, Potato is going to call. And on the button with Queen 8 suited is not a terrible spot.
Who?
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Pineapples, cherries, pickles, French fries. That's what's going on in the YouTube chat. Bean has a pretty strong hand, I think, against, you know, the squeeze range of pork chop, but I'm actually surprised to see Potato fold, but maybe the action, he'd rather just play that heads up. So let's see. 4, 7, 6, 2 diamonds. Yeah, if you guys aren't already following or subscribing on Twitch and YouTube, hit the follow or subscribe buttons. You can do it on both of the platforms or whichever one you prefer. And you'll be notified every time we go live. We're here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. At last Sunday of every month, we're here for the last Sunday 30K guarantee tournament final table. We just had that.
Bean.
And
Bean. You
check behind.
You raise, you get 3-bet, you call the raise, you flop a flush draw, you get checked to you, and you check back.
Maybe he thought Chris was gonna fire the turn. Obviously, a flush, like a third diamond. Probably
like,
isn't gonna get
is
Chris.
he checking aces? Is he worried about getting blown off his hand? I don't know. I guess if you're worried that he's gonna check raise, check raise ship with aces.
Also,
but, I mean,
sometimes too, and you're getting like hammered. Like Bean is getting pretty much hammered, running into a lot of huge hands. Maybe the thought in the back of his head is that he might not. Maybe Chris has the ace of diamonds. Maybe he's scared. I don't know. Like, or maybe he just is taking a safer line in terms of putting less money in the pot on purpose. Who knows? But there's going to be tons of money in the pot when we go to the Stones. 250K, 250,000 in guarantees, 150K guarantee for the main event. That
we got
going to wrap that tournament up.
Pretty awesome commentators down there at the bottom. Lex Valdez, Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin.
I thought you were talking about us for a second. We do have some pretty awesome commentators.
Well, that we do.
We have some pretty amazing guest commentators.
Yes.
We have solid regular commentators, but some great guest commentators coming through. I'm pretty sure part of those festivities will include the first ever Lex Veldhouse Jason Somerville stream right here at Stones.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Stones live. Oh wait, Stones live.
Stones live. Rock on.
Stones live. Woo! Chris Mother F. That's right, Preston Waters. Today we're calling him Pork Chop, but you can call him whatever you want. It's actually the best name, Chris MF and oh whoa, hello. Just bumping this. Master C is playing a RPG game where he's giving people stuff via chat. 9-5 suited on the cutoff by Potato, and Cherry Pie is like, hello, I'm a teapot, that's what he says, and I'm gonna raise.
Yep. Caution, he's about to raise. Look at that jacket.
I'm a little teapot, and I've got 9s. Gonna make it
probably about
100 on the button.
Just this time.
Oh, 115, 25, ooh, 2, no, 60.
What?
Ah, that's like 160. It's gonna be close to where you thought, in the vicinity of what you thought.
Dilly bar?
Dilly. Oh, dude, what is it? Is that those Dove chocolate vanilla bars are pretty good. I like those. Is that Dilly bar? That's a ice
Dilly
cream
is that's at Foster, not Foster Freeman, the other Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen. Yeah. So that is a chocolate, I think, right? Chocolate vanilla.
They have chocolate.
I only get chocolate dipped cones when I go to Dairy Queen. Potato says no thanks. 9-5 clubs. So we did make it 175, a little bit more than you.
Take insurance. See if somebody will.
Insurance. Yeah.
We'll pay.
I like it.
We'll give you $10.
I will say I saw someone yesterday while I was waiting for the stream for the tournament to start somebody won something pretty big at Baccarat here, because they also have blackjack, 3-card poker, Baccarat here at Stone's in the other room, and they were cheering quite loud, like pretty excited, and it wasn't bigger than like a normal, hey, we just all won cheer. Right. So I'm not sure what kind of like jackpots they have going on over there, but we've got all those kinds of things going on. I also heard somebody hit a royal in the 3-card poker, but didn't play the progressive. So, you know, I mean, that's obviously typically the progressive is the minus EV play. But if you're hitting that royal, you'd probably still be down lifetime from the progressive bet.
But that's where you need to call the one time.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
One time.
Chips cash. Oh yeah, if you guys are curious, the reds are $5, greens 25s, blues are $1, and I don't know if we have very many whites, if any, on the table. White chips, those are hundreds.
I don't know if we have any right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. Hollywood probably has some in the back. I can see, for a guy who plays as tight as Hollywood does, he's ready to reload.
Right.
Like, he comes ready to reload. Oh yeah, hey, if you guys are tomorrow at noon, I'll be on YouTube doing my other gig, the Poker News Podcast, where we're going to interview Bryn Kenny, who was the American GPI Player of the Year. He actually finished second, and he was like, he made more in cashes this year than Scott Blumstein did when he won the main event. So he made like 8.5 million in cash in 2017. So he's going to be there noon.
It's always interesting to see, you know, like these players, like how much of themselves do they have, you know, or like.
I feel like Brandon's the kind of guy who has 100% of himself all the time now.
Right. Well, especially, you know, we've heard stories about him that, you know, had a really good run, kind of ran everything into the ground, and then back
went broke and then back up. But obviously, if you've gone broke, he probably has people investing in him. So who knows? Maybe some people have pieces now still.
But at least, even if he does have someone, you know, take pieces, they're, I'm sure, much smaller. Like, you know, his you know, goal is probably to decrease the, you know, the amount that other people have in him, you know, overall.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I've seen him around a bunch the last couple of places.
And do you guys do most of your interviews just via Skype, or?
Yeah, well, it's like Google Hangouts, I think, so it works better with YouTube.
Okay.
So we've started doing this new thing where we do the interviews live, record the interviews live, so people can tune in and do questions. But it's like noon on a Tuesday, so sometimes, or a Wednesday, so people sometimes may not be able to tune in. But the recorded version, and obviously like every week the podcast comes out. If you guys didn't know that already, the Poker News Podcast is a weekly podcast. So I'm on that with Auntie Chardonnay, if you're familiar with her. She does a lot of the videos for Poker News and 888, all kinds of stuff, yeah. She's been in the biz for a minute. And then Vanessa Cade is going to be here Wednesday, the 21st of March for the Veronica and Friends game. The March version of the Veronica and Friends game. Vanessa Cade, I'm pretty sure Casey's going to be up in there. Veronica's going to be there. Should be an exciting game. Vanessa is a Canadian cash game grinder. I think reasonably new to the poker streaming scene. She's been streaming fairly consistently for the last few months. But yeah, you can check her out. I think her Twitch is Vanessa Cade. So if you want a preview of what's going down in March, Vanessa Cade's going to be here, and I think she's actually going to be in the booth. She's going to be in the booth for the game on Monday, and then playing the game on Wednesday. I believe that is what the plan is.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
I can double check our calendar.
Ghost of M, what's going on?
Right here, just FYI, Brent made the final table. Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking to him earlier about when we were going to do the tournament. He made day 2, so he's on the final table with the 6-max tonight. Is that going to play tomorrow? That may intercede with the... well, the restart's probably not going to be at noon, so it's fine. Yeah, so Vanessa's going to be in the booth March 19th.
And I believe she's with Justin Kelly.
Oh, that sounds good. With a 5-5 PLO high. Oh, I might try to get into that game. I like PLO. And then she's going to be playing the game on Wednesday, the Veronica and Friends. So Also in the Twitch chat, we've linked Vanessa's channel. If you're in YouTube and you want to look it up, it's just twitch.tv/VanessaCade. Her man, who's that? Man, now we know that's accurate. Train and Vanessa commenting. Who's that? When Casey first started playing on the stream, he was very, very inappropriate with his comments. Who are you talking about, Mr. Smiley? She's correct. She has been streaming for about 7 months consistently. Yeah, there you go. Ghost of M is our resident poker streamer expert. He's pretty much around in a lot of the channels.
Yeah.
And I think a mod for most of them. Ghost of M is definitely, he's like the Kev Math of Twitch streaming, I think. If you have a question about a streamer, I would probably go to Ghost of M.
Here's a place where Potato was hoping to get a little bit of value back. Has the best jack with 2 other people having a jack. I think Wabrai can fold this, after a raise, a call, or a bet and a call.
Well, they can all have a jack, too. Insane.
There you go. And Wabri continues to make disciplined folds. He doesn't let the frustration of not really making hands, things not going his way.
What's interesting is he would call if it was only him.
Right.
And that's probably what Porkchop's thinking too. Is just like, no way, right? If Potato's betting, I must have at least a good shot at winning this, and he's actually crushed. Currently crushed. Drawing very thin. Looks like 2 kings available in the deck. The spade might give him a shot to bluff, but Potato is not a person who is bluffed easily.
No.
And if he's going to fire, he's putting himself in a position where he can't fold, no matter what you
Looks like, did he size down a little, about 175? Or is it 200?
It looks like 200. Snap calls, and Potato's going to get some of them bucks, some of them sweet pork chop monies.
Yeah. Got some pork chop back.
A small percentage of that main event win just went to Potato. You can tell Chris is actually doing well-ish tonight. 6 max played tonight. Brendan was short. Oh, okay, so they're doing it right now. So we can check what's going on with that. Let's see. If you guys aren't familiar with who Bryn Kenny is, he's a crusher. He's
tournament
like I said, he made $8 million in tournament winnings this year. He does play a lot of the high roller scenes, but he also is, he final table the 6 max at the LAPC. I know there's a 25K tomorrow that he's going to play.
Yeah, he's not someone I'd prefer to see at my table.
Plays so bad. Well, I think there aren't a lot of players that have huge success. Well, I don't know, Fedor might be one of the people who had pretty big success that most people think is just good.
Right.
But some people sweet pork chop money. No worries, Dantelope, we got you. Moobot is not really working too hard in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat. He's mainly focused on shooting down everybody in the Twitch chat.
Who is this? Moobot? Oh, yeah. Moobot and I are not friends. That's not a secret.
Moobot might be the hardest working bot in poker show business.
You just changed his name to Negative Bot.
Yeah, I like Mr. Smiley, what he says there. It is okay to yell. You know what? It's okay to yell sometimes.
I think so. We are all people. We have emotions, and we should express those emotions.
Tim O'Reilly, JC Tran, and Bryn. Final table of the LAPC 6 max. Pretty sick.
Yeah, that's a good 3. Who are the other 3 guys?
Yeah, the other 3 guys have their work cut out.
They're like,
perhaps.
Wait a minute. How did this happen?
The March 19th stream is 5-5 no limit. It says PLO high on here, March 19th. That could be a misprint. And it also is subject to change.
5-5 no limit Holdem.
It's 5-5.
No, so that's additional games in the room.
Oh, okay. The highlighted.
That's the stream.
Never mind. I just assumed that this was only stream.
Right.
And then for a while, I assumed it was like a mix, like a half and half game. You're right, Ghost of M. It is a 5-5 no limit Holdem game. I will not be playing in that one because it is not PLO. Out of protest, I will be protesting.
Out of spite.
Big Dill got a 7 against the 9 of Potato. And
she's rocking out right now.
Yeah.
She's clearly
This isn't the first time
album.
that she has been dancing on the stream.
See, I always get a little too worried about putting my chips out in that manner. I feel like I'm going to leave out like a whole chunk of chips, you know, because it's going to roll off my fingers.
It's always funny to see how people bet, too. Like when they make like 2 different stacks and then push them both in. A lot of people for a long time were doing the Tom Dwan, like the Dur bet, where they just kind of like grab it and then just like drop it. Like they could care less. And people still do that. Like, this bet is completely irrelevant to me. I'm just throwing.
I just think there should be consistency to how you bet, you know, because a lot of times, you know, people you can pick up some patterns on, you know, if there's something very drastic, like say someone normally cuts out that $60, puts it into a stack, slides it in, versus puts into 3, you know, the next time they put into 3 chunks and slide it out, you know, sometimes people get these subconscious things where they start doing these a little bit differently.
Ooh, Big Deal makes it 150. And Potato's gonna make it a tight fold here. Nice. Good bet by Big Deal. Why is Chris Moneymaker playing and why is his name a food? Well,
this
Cerebral Paul, so glad that you asked.
Game.
This is the food name game, so pork chop is his food name. And a little known fact about Chris Moneymaker is that he really enjoys playing poker. So he's here at Stones for the week on like vacation and just you know, he's traveling, passing through. Decided to join us for the Friday night sit and go final table, the Sunday 30K guarantee, and is playing tonight and Wednesday, I believe, as well. And you know what? It's a poker game. 1-3 is lower than he usually plays for sure, but he's down to have some fun and mix it up with the 1-3 crowd.
And you know, he's another person that's come to this room and just been really impressed with it. And now he's another ambassador to the room. You know, he just carries, you know, the name of this place forward.
I like what Dave G87 said. He's not playing. He's just watching Netflix and drinking wine. That's true. He occasionally plays a hand, mostly watching Netflix and drinking wine, which doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'd definitely like to be. We never got those cookies either, man.
You know, every time I see him walking by, I shake
sign is the worst.
Shake the
you shake it. You shake the sign. The cookie sign.
Why? I need to wrinkle it up and just throw it out.
That's the 5th song on our album, "Shaking the Cookie Sign," which
shaking the cookie seed.
It's actually very literal translation, even though it sounds like an innuendo. It is not. We actually mean the cookie seed.
That's like a meta joke.
Mr. Smiley's mind is blown. Sorry about that. I'll help with the cleanup later. But yes, Chris does love playing poker. Wait, is pork chop wearing pants? Unsure. You know, the jury's out. We don't know. Oh, it looks like I saw a pocket there, so I'm going to assume, just based off that, that he's wearing pants.
What happens when you assume?
It's also a rule, I believe. Maybe it's not actually posted on the door, so
that's true.
You could be the first person to try coming into Stones with no pants on. If you do that, make sure that it is the day that we're doing the 24-hour give back, because that would be pretty exciting. If you walk through the door, we haven't mentioned this tonight, if you walk through the door on February 28th from 6 a.m. to March 1st at 6 a.m., every single person who walks through the door at Stones, they're going to donate $100 to the Weave Foundation, which is, you can find out more information, weaveinc.org. Weave is, I forget the acronym, but it is an organization designed around helping women escape violent situations, sex trafficking, domestic violence, and sexual abuse. These are all some of the things they focus on. So it's a great charity in the area. It's like huge thing, and all you have to do is come in. If you were going to come in anyway, $100 straight to the Weave Foundation. If you weren't going to come in anyway, now maybe there's some motivation for you to hop in. So
again, that's February 28th from 6 a.m. to March 1st at 6 a.m. Walk through the doors. Stones donates $100 to an organization that, you know, can use all the help that they can get. So that's an easy way for all of us to do our part.
Ooh, pickled Harrington. That's a good idea. Let's see. Dave G87, can I ask you guys bankroll these players like Moneymaker? Honestly, occasionally, or I would say, you know, a lot of times when some of these players, like the bigger name guys, come in, there's a contract involved. there is a payment, some kind of thing. This specific trip, it was actually told to me, that's why I'm telling you this. Chris was just here, wanted to know what was going on. He loves the room, and so this trip is exactly that. He's a big fan of Stones. He's here. Obviously, you know, if he's here, I'm sure there's something happened, but he just enjoys the room, enjoys the crowd.
I know we got some wine.
Everybody here loves him too, so yeah.
Yep.
It's a pretty neat coincidence that Chris was just like, hey, I'm gonna be in town Friday to play the sit and go, and then I'm gonna stay for a week and final table of the Sunday stream and play the food name game, and yeah, so it's pretty awesome. Yeah, Dave, no problem.
What's going on, Dondo? Good.
Veronica is definitely coming with no pants. So far on the streams I've done with Veronica, I can verify pants, but I haven't done all the streams.
I can verify pants and screaming.
Pants and screaming. Sometimes she shows those shoulders though, and she, you know, she's got those nice Polish shoulders. I'm assuming that's a thing that Polish people have. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Most people do have shoulders and...
Most people do have shoulders.
Yeah, and elbows.
Confirmed shoulders and pants right here. I have shoulders. I'm also wearing... Well, I'm technically wearing shorts.
And you may not tell by looking at us right now, but I actually have two.
Pants?
Shoulders.
Oh.
Yes. But I do have two pants and pair of pants in general. And
only two. Oh,
and
okay.
more. Yeah.
2+ pants.
Yes.
Chris is getting paid in wine. Yes.
I am plush in pants.
Look, that sounds like a pretty great gig if you can get paid in wine. Whopper wins a hand with 9-4 offsuit. He can misses the big flush draws.
And we don't give him any attention while he finally wins a hand. We're talking about pants and elbows
Whopper
over
won
here.
a hand. Yes, Whopper. Great job.
Where's Logan to call us out on our BS?
Yeah, we do need some policing sometimes. We should give Logan a badge.
He's like the belt for the commentators. He just reins it back in.
What is happening here? We're playing 1-3 No Limit Hold'em with a bunch of players who we recognize and know their names, but they're all going by food names tonight because tonight is the food name game.
And at Stone's Eye Poker, we do what we want.
Do what we want. Also,
just like the guys on stream do what they want.
A bonus to this stream is that we've announced our rap album, Master Cheese and Baked Harrington.
And it's going to come out as soon as Dr. Dre puts out Detox.
There you go.
So any minute.
No comment. I don't even... I'm assuming that's like a long-running Dr. Dre album that never came out or something.
Yeah, he's still working on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to have thousands of songs for it by now.
A 1,000-song album.
Yeah. Pretty
impressive. So Crispy Bacon's 4-betting with queens. 2 queens. 2 beautiful queens. It kicked me out the night... first night of Twitch chat. Well... yeah, sometimes Moobot and the mod team is a little strict. Trying to keep it age appropriate and fun here in the chat, in the chitty chat. Hollywood with his token fold is toss $1 on top of the cards and ship it to the dealer.
And the dealer is trying to deny it.
The dealer's trying to... Well,
I think no, sir.
He's some change. Yeah. You're getting change back. Mr. Smiley's got a shout out from SC. That was so on point. What'd you say? What was on point?
It's like my elbows, man. They're pointy.
Who's this person that's on point? So what a great flop for 10s and queens. Not so much a great flop.
Is that bacon on the table?
Does he have actual bacon on the table? Bacon is on the table.
Oh my god, how did we miss that?
I'm super hungry right now. I would like to eat that bacon. Bacon to the booth. I'm going to try everything I can. Dumplings to the booth, bacon to the booth, cookies to the booth.
So I'm actually getting called out for abandoning the chat since I've gone on commentating. And that's actually not true. I felt like I wasn't getting enough attention in the chat, so I moved to commentating to get the attention that I deserve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we don't cater to all of the emotionally, fickle people who need all this.
All you have to do if you want attention is study poker for a really long time, play, drink a lot on stream, and then audition.
Oh, drink a lot on stream.
Yeah.
Big Deal connects
Easy game.
with the
4
turn,
steps.
but I am not. It looks like she's picking her new song, whatever she's going to dance to next. Let's find out if she's listening to us. Although we can't because this was 30 minutes ago.
Right.
Next time we should have food theme night, the Commentator should be dressed up like Master Cheese, could have a Packers hat, Big Herring could be a fisherman with it. You know what? I actually was trying to think if I had like an apron or a chef's hat. I don't really have either of those things, so I could not accommodate on short notice. But you're right. I think costumes, you know, if I had a chef hat, I think it'd be cool. But
it'd be so hot though.
Yeah, true. I don't wear hats.
Right.
I really, you know, I used to like hats. I
only wear hats if I make them.
Yeah.
And they're full of glitter.
True. Yeah. His hats only have glitter on them. All right, so
we can't have that much
Cherry
glitter in this
Pie
booth.
makes it 100. He actually is behind here. I don't think Crispy. Wow, this is a. It's not a great board, but I did not think.
Put the plate of bacon in there too.
I didn't think bacon was gonna fold.
And why does he not have a slice of cherry pie? I mean, let's do it right.
Yeah.
I started.
Do they have cherry pie here? I would not be surprised. They got some great desserts. I know they have these like mini donuts that are really nice. Mini donuts, you can get them with a scoop of ice cream. I like them.
And they got like a raspberry kind of sauce. Not quite cherry pie.
Yeah, you could probably make that.
It's a red berry.
Shoving is worst choice of options. You think so? I think shoving. You're blocking. No, you're not. Well, you're blocking like draws, I guess. I don't know. I think shoving here can get value from Ace Jack. I think 3 9s obviously is gonna like take you out here.
And
but
cherry pie has been kind of shown to overplay some hands, so I think shoving here is a good idea.
And Cherry Pie's in a situation where like he beats Ace King, he beats Ace Queen, he could beat like any flush draw. Obviously he's up against it with a trip 9s, or if he runs into a 9, but I don't dislike the shove. I think Crispy's short. He's 3-betting over he's raising over an open, right? $100 open, which lets him get more chips in and actually it doesn't really kill too much value. And now Cherry Pie is getting like 2-to-1 to call. So he's actually giving him decent odds in a situation where he technically has a gutter, right? Gut shot, so an 8 or a 10. And he's getting 2-to-1. And he thinks he might have the best hand, but in this case he doesn't.
Dondo, what were you saying? Just
Club,
teasing you.
And Crispy's going to take that down. Crispy probably wasn't sure right away when the club hits the river if he was he was still good.
I mean, he likes it better than a heart hitting, you know, like a front door.
More likely a back door,
yeah,
for sure. But a little piece of you is always like, what? Looks like Hollywood steals the bacon.
Holly Food wants some bacon.
Yeah, apparently Hollywood's hungry. I'm hungry. Hollywood, bring that bacon that you got 30 minutes ago.
Pork Chop is eating bacon? Isn't that almost cannibalism or something?
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, bacon to that side of the table. Wapry's getting some bacon. They took all of his bacon and then throw it on the table.
And now the card's all greasy.
The first hand after the stream ends, Chris Moneymaker wins the 2K pot. Not a huge surprise. We've got about 18 minutes left to go in our stream this evening. Yeah.
Lady Nomuck, have a good night.
The best hand night, I'd be impressed. We dressed up like Mr. Rogers, won't you be my friend?
Yes, as you just say that nonstop to your neighbor, as you just, won't you be my friend? Won't you be my friend? Hey, how about now? Won't you be my friend?
Wow. Won't you be mine?
3 hours.
Could you be mine?
And that's how I got his stack.
My neighbor. Dondo, come to Vegas for WSP. Good night. Anybody who's going to bed, we do have 18 minutes left, and who knows? could have some fireworks.
Yes.
The night's been pretty great. I think the 1-3's been playing pretty big. We've got a lot of guys who are up in there. Here we go, Seven-deuce back at it. This time, Pineapple Pro has the Seven-deuce. He's the one with a shot to make a little bit of that money. And his stack is short enough where maybe he can get into a spot where he shoves. But if people are betting ahead of him, I don't think he's going to really... He might try to fire on top of it.
He's the person with the image that can get it through. You know, but
for sure.
Now,
a lot of hands
seeing the hands, we do see that, you know, Potato has the flush draw, and he's not going to fold the flush draw to anything.
Potato's not folding the flush. Not to 1 bet. He might not fold to like 7 bets.
Now, if the turn's a brick, and
I like this is a best case scenario, I think, for Pineapple Pro because nobody got improved. On top of the fact that there's already 180 in the pot, right?
And he just has to rip at this point. If he's going to do it, he has to rip it.
Oh, I think he bets almost pot, 150, 140.
But 125?
And it's probably on the lower side. I think I would have liked to see it be a little bit bigger, maybe, but...
But yeah, Potato's looking like he wants to fold here.
Yeah, true. And this is a spot where now the only issue is, if anybody continues, I don't think Eric's going to really be able to get... He might be able to shove the river for, what, like 200 into about 4 if he only gets 1 caller. Big Dill is thinking about it.
You know, and the bad thing is...
Cherry Pie still has a shot.
Is Pineapple Pro might be thinking that he can also bluff diamonds if they come in.
Yeah, he says he only has 71 behind, though. If that's the case,
no, he has a lot more than that.
He doesn't really have fold equity. I think that's
no. He has over 200. He has about 250. Yeah. He has 2 stacks of.
He's got a big enough stack. I think he can probably bluff half the thing. I like.
Oh, don't do it.
Diamond comes. Yeah. So David is not likely to check here. He doesn't often check when he makes a hand.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if he changes it up. David does check. No, wait. He must have checked. And Eric makes it 125 again. I think that would have been a much better shove. Wow. David snap shoves. And air-cates it. Yeah. That 7-2 game will get you into trouble. For sometimes. I don't know that Potato wouldn't, based on how fast he's raised all in, I don't think that he would have folded to a shove based on this. Yeah. So the diamond on the river is really unfortunate.
Somebody shoved for what Potato had left, I don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, what is he? He's waiting and waiting and waiting, and then he finally hits the flush. I don't think he's looking to fold. So, yeah, there we go. We got a photo adding Vanessa Cade, Veronica and Friends with Vanessa Cade. 5-5 No Limit Hold'em, March 21st. Vanessa is going to be in the booth Monday night for another 5-5 No Limit Hold'em game. Actually, wait. She's in the booth for 5-5. I don't think Veronica and Friends is going to be 5-5. I think Veronica and Friends is usually...
It's usually a 1-3, but
1-3.
Veronica has whatever game she wants.
True. If the night of Veronica says, I want to play PLO or Limit
Omaha, that's what you do.
She'll switch it. She probably won't switch it because I'm pretty sure Vanessa would prefer No Limit Hold'em.
Right.
But, and I think Veronica, in terms of the game and the more people wanting to play it, probably 1-3 No Limit is probably one of the more popular games.
Right. Especially that game. That game is just so out of control. Like one of the last times I played in the Veronica and Friends when we actually did the No Limit, like I think I aged about 3 or 4 years just in that game. You know, it was just so ridiculous. Every single pot was $1,000 or more pot, and it's just, you know, I'm like I'm in a 1-3 game and I'm like in for like $1,000. Like what the heck is going on? Yeah, we showed a profit, whatever, details.
Pork Chop fires Queen Jack into the deuce 7-6 board, and Potato says no, you will not have this pot. Maybe now you can have this pot, but I don't know that Pork Chop is going to fire again. Does it go check? Oh, God. I would really like to see Potato add some river bluffs into his range. Because I think that's a spot where he might have been able to take it down.
He's just worried, like, you know, Pork Chops just seems to have snapped him off, you know, over and over.
Yeah, true. So Chris is definitely thinking, I'm not betting into this guy. Single. Yeah, so the 5-5 is the Monday night game. Vanessa's going to be in the booth. The 1-3 is the Wednesday night game, and she's going to be playing with Casey and Justin Kelly, aka Fat Train, in the booth.
That would be a fun game to be a part of. But I'm pretty sure that list is completely
Look, Veronica and Friends game is invite only, so if she wants to change the list last minute, she can. I doubt she will. She usually has those booked months in advance.
Yeah.
If you get invited to a Veronica and Friends game, you should take the invite, because it's about as hard as getting like Packers season tickets or something.
Now, I have actually passed on these.
Well, you've been in at least one already, so.
Mainly because from just a pure, I'm trying to survive. You know, like I'm trying not to get liver cirrhosis.
Super drunk once a month on Wednesday. Although if that's the only time, well, we know it's not the only time you drink.
It lasts for a while.
It just comes back. So now Potato could get himself into trouble again. He's got a good hand. Opens in the cutoff. He's getting button raised from a very aggressive player. 3xing it. I wonder if Potato's going to be able to dodge this bullet here. I don't. I think he's at least calling, which he does fairly quickly. And we'll see if for Potato's sake, I hope the board is very obvious, but maybe we'll see. Oh wow! Now that is probably going to be easy for him to get away from. Well, let's see what he does. I mean, with the backdoor club, and I guess technically backdoor straight draws.
Queen
check,
of
check.
clubs.
8, 9, 10 jack. Now he's got open-ended. Wow. Potato's basically been baited into almost like every pot too.
Right.
And this is the
it's
guy
like, how can we set you up
to
just cooler the hell out of you?
This is the guy who busted him too, or when he made the wheel on the turn and then he rivered the boat. So if Cherry Pie rivers the boat again, I mean Cherry Pie doesn't need to improve.
I don't know if I like that. Just flat call.
Flat call behind. Jack, he improves to a full house again. I don't think Potato acting first might fire at it, but it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough draws out there that you can, raise for value on the turn there.
He might have gotten a call too, just because Potato picks up the open-ended straight draw. It looks like a check with the instinct to call immediately. That's what it looks like. 250 is the bet. 225.
Yeah. I think you could have really bombed this river too. So obviously you're walking like all the aces. So it seems likely that the next best hands are going to be straights or the Jack X.
True, I guess there are some straights out there.
So there's going to be some big hands that can call you.
Yeah, he shows the aces. Potato showed him pocket nines, so. Dono says size down, he has no bluffs. Yeah. It's
overbet. Size up. Because the hands that are going to call you, you're not trying to get value from pocket nines there. You're trying to get value from
expect to get value from pocket nines.
You're trying to get,
the hands that are going to call you are going to pay a lot to call you. I see what you're saying.
Someone mute Dondo.
I don't know. Well, fortunately, this is a free chat.
Yes.
They're allowed to disagree with Mestasy, even if he will remember your name. He's writing it down.
And I always say, this is one of the things I do like about, just poker discussion in general. Having opposing viewpoints is good. Being able to not find a direct, yes, this is the best, is good, because it forces you to really think about the whole range of possibilities.
Yeah, so Potato and Cherry Pie can't not tangle with each other. We've got about 10 minutes left in the stream, and they've played if you pick two players that played a majority of hands against each other, they've been very active. Potato's been hugely active, and Cherry Pie has been one of the more aggressive players at the table. I don't think Potato's ever folding this, although it's a pretty big 3-bet. It's like 3x, pretty standard 3-bet, so it's not that big actually.
But he's come this far.
After tonight, it might be pro-esque or pro-ish maybe, haha. No, I'm just kidding. Pineapple Pro, you know. Ooh, okay, everybody misses. Potato checks. Is Cherry Pie gonna keep up the aggression, or is he gonna check behind and see what's what on the turn? Let's get like the 10 of hearts on the turn. We need to ban Moobot. Moobot might take exception to that. So Cherry Pie's betting. What did he bet? Like 200? And shows Ace King. Potato's happy to be out of there without losing another pot to. Oh wow! Moobot says, "Get out of here! Don't talk about Moobot that way." Apparently, that's hilarious. Moobot is fickle. Let's just put it that way.
Moobot came with the ban hammer.
Mr. Fizbin, what's up? Top Hat Dog, or Top Dog maybe? I'm not sure what that emote is, but it looks great. Yeah, if you guys aren't already following the stream on YouTube and Twitch, or whichever one you'd prefer, hit the follow button, subscribe. We'll be here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, sometimes on Sundays, once a month on Sundays, and occasionally on Tuesdays and Thursdays with some special events coming up, like the Stones Spring Classic with 250K in guarantees. Kevin Martin, Andrew Nemi, Jason Somerville, Lex Veldhouse, all going to be up here kicking it with the Stones crew. Maybe some other guests. I know part of that said Run It Up crew, so that entire tournament series, not only is it going to be a great tournament series, but there's going to be some huge Twitch streaming and YouTube streaming and vlogging names coming through Stones. So it's going to be exciting months. April's going to be huge. March is also going to be great, but April is going to be like that much greater.
Right.
Big Dill's got queens. And she is 4-betting. Make it 4 bets. And I don't know that anyone will give her action. Cherry Pie might. The 4-bet is pretty big. Potato probably won't. Cherry Pie's been fairly aggressive. And then I mean, you're folding this all the time when you raise the hijack with a suited connector and you get, or 3-bet, 4-bet. I guess 4-bet.
Yeah.
If you get 3-bet, it's a different story.
She's not nearly deep enough, for me to call. Now, if she had,
she's making it 2 with only 5 behind.
Right. If she had, Cherry Pie stack, I could call.
You're both super deep,
right?
And then and it's a 4-bet instead of a 3-bet too. Like if you're opening and getting 3-bet,
and it's a little bit light, but it's gonna be. I think my hand's gonna play pretty well there.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right. Okay, again, guys, come in February 28th from 6 a.m. to March 1st, 6 a.m. Everybody that walks through the doors, Stones Gambling Hall donates $100 to the Weave organization. And again, they help get people out of domestic violence, and just kind of giving them safe shelter, helping set them back up in a positive life moving forward. So all you have to do is just walk through the doors. I'm trying to look up what the acronym is for everybody. It's mothers, children, men as well that have been abused. It's everybody. If they're in a bad situation, they allow an opportunity for what do you say? To be helped out, to. Oh yeah, to be, to start. I got tunnel vision. I'm trying to find out what the acronym meant again, and I couldn't find it. But yeah, it's weaveinc.org if you want to find out more information about the charity. But in general, you're probably going to come into. If you're coming to Stones, you're probably going to come in that day anyway. Just make sure that you walk in the door a few times. Why not?
I mean, obviously, if you're just like walking in and out of the door, I don't know that that's gonna equate to $100 every single time. But you know, I would say in a given day at Stones when this isn't happening, a few thousand people probably walk through the door.
It's possible, yeah.
You know, on a day like this, I think we're gonna see some pretty big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, this place should be packed.
Check out the link in the chat. Ghost of M provided. Thank you, Ghost of M. If you want to check out more about the 24-hour give back, it's February 28th through March 1st, which sounds like more than one day, but it's 24 hours. February to March. Come celebrate March 1st, the ringing in of March.
Yes.
Of the new month. There you go, Weave. I thought it was weaveinc.org. That's what it says here, but I think both might work. Weave.org, weaveincorporated.org. But,
yeah, what we have is weaveinc.org.
But yeah, you can definitely check out more. Women Escaping a Violent Environment. Thank you. You can call me Joker. That is what the acronym WEAVE stands for, Women Escaping a Violent Environment. But like Master C said, they do help men as well in situations like that. Just in general, trying to make the world a better place, a safer place. And yeah, speaking of making the world a safer place, Potato, who always has a smile on his face, hasn't had the best night.
No.
But is having a great time. I think that's an important quality of a cash game poker player.
Yep.
Whoa! Hey.
Oh, and
Mary's the best.
Thank you very much.
Mary's the best. I do.
I've seen the sign and I came to experience.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Our sign worked.
We got cookies.
Our sign worked.
Oh, thank you.
You guys want some milk?
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
I guess we get milk too. So we're. I think this might be the last hand of the night. We're at right at 10. So pork chop versus potato. Nope. There we go. Chip counts. Men too. Yes. I mean. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That was the final hand of the night.
Right.
A fairly uneventful hand. We got cookies just in time to eat them off stream.
Yes.
Although
Yes.
Maybe there's somebody that wants to see Master Cheese eat a cookie on stream.
They probably
I don't know. I don't know. There's somebody out there. So don't forget, $250K in guarantees. The Spring Classic, that's coming up April 13th through the 22nd. We've got a $450 main event with $150K guaranteed. Tons of satellites.
Yes.
Chip Amplifier, Assassin's Bounty,
Hey, just amazing
Mix Max
tournaments.
with
Absolutely.
Lex Veldhouse, Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin, all in attendance.
Yes.
They'll all be here. It'll be pretty exciting. They'll be in the booth. They'll be playing. And then what about that Quantum tournament? Why don't you tell me?
That Quantum tournament.
Oh, we've got the 100K guaranteed Quantum tournament. We're dealing with the milk situation. That's 7 $120 buy-in flights where 10% of the field is going to proceed to day 2. If you make day 2 once, you get 230 or 240. If you make day 2 twice, you bag your biggest stack and you get $900 every single time you bag. After that, $900. So the Quantum tournament's pretty amazing. We've ran it here a couple times. Also coming up March, Vanessa Cade's going to be in the house. She's been in the chat a few times. You might recognize the name. She's a cash game grinder mostly. Plays a lot of tournaments. Started streaming a few months back, maybe like 8 months ago. Building a bit of a following on Twitch.
Yeah.
And she's going to be here for Veronica and Friends, which is a 1-3 no limit on the 21st, I think. And then the 19th, she's going to be hosting in the booth here on the 19th, Monday night, 5-5 no limit Holdem game. So all kinds of stuff coming up. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to be back Wednesday.
Yes.
If you want to know about that, hit up the YouTube chat, subscribe via YouTube, subscribe Twitch, follow us on Twitter, Stones Live Poker, or Master C707 on Twitter.
And you are
Brent Harrington on Twitter if you guys want to follow us as well. And we will be back Wednesday. Are you playing Wednesday?
No.
No?
I will be hanging out. I'll be in the chat.
Oh, very cool. Returning to the chat.
Yes.
To troll with the best of them. We'll be back Wednesday. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you follow. And I'm going to enjoy this cookie.
All right, everybody, bye.